That was interesting. All right, let's try this again. Sorry about that, everybody. Technical difficulties. Austin apparently paid his cable bill 3 or 4 times because we're getting a little echo. All right. So welcome back. This is our monthly live stream. Obviously, I'm Bert from Baggers and Brews. I got George with me. George, you on?
I'm here.
All right. You want to introduce yourself real quick for the peoples?
I'm George from Baggers and Brews. We're all from New Jersey, and we couldn't be happier to have Scouse here tonight for the holiday, kick off the season.
Yes, sir. So today we got a guest fellow YouTuber, biker, motovlogger, all the way from north of the wall. The military biker, right? That's the new name. Welcome.
It is, yeah. That's the new name, mate. Thanks very much. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Absolutely. Appreciate welcome, and thanks for coming on. Thanks for taking the time to come hang out with us for a little bit tonight.
Absolutely. It's always good to hang out with you guys.
All right. So let's just dive right in. Why don't you go ahead and just give us a little, a little intro about yourself, a little who you are and what you're all about.
All right, no problem. So, as most of you know, I'm Steve, the military biker, aka used to be known as Scouse Adventures. Hence, oh Jesus, that way, this way, that way, whichever way it is. Hence the shirt next door to me. I am originally from Liverpool in the UK, and I've been in the army. I am still serving in the army for the past 24 years, and I got a posting to Canada 5 years ago, and I never looked back, man. I took it with both arms wide open. And I now live here full-time, permanently in Alberta. So the YouTube channel came about many years ago, but it sort of died a death in the UK. And I thought, well, while I'm out here and I can do a hell of a lot more riding, and especially down into the States, down to the Rocky Mountains, and all that sort of the Canadian Rocky Mountains, I thought, well, let's give it another go, man. Let's see where we get. And, it's been absolutely fantastic since we began again. So, yeah, I'm chuffed with how the channel's going. And I can't be more than happy with how everything's going, man. I met some amazing people like you guys, most of the guys in the side chat and stuff like that. So yeah, it's been brilliant, been really good.
That's awesome. So you're in the British Army, right?
Yes, I am.
So you're stationed in Canada.
Yeah, that's it, mate. We've got our biggest base outside of the UK in Alberta for training, full-sized battle groups from artillery to jets to planes to tanks to everything, and I'm part of the permanent staff here doing the training side of life for the guys. So yeah.
So my Canadian geography is not as good as your American geography. So is Alberta west, east?
It's western Canada. It's literally right above Montana.
Oh, okay.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah, that's bad. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry about that.
Which is another favorite place of mine, Montana. Absolutely love Montana.
That's awesome. Is it already cold up there?
Yeah, mate. It's freezing cold. My bollocks have gone inside me for the remainder of the next 6 months. So yeah, it's freezing.
That sucks.
It's really cold.
So before we get rocking and rolling here, what's everybody drinking tonight?
So I've got the old Coors Banquet on the go. I think the old original on the go there.
The banquet beer.
The banquet beer. I'm not just drinking out of a bottle, though. I'm drinking out of a stein because that's how we do things up here.
Nice.
I'm not just opening it like a normal person either. This is my bottle opener. Massive.
What is going on there? Is that Canadian bottle opener?
Yeah, no, this is from Germany, actually. Bottle opener from Germany.
Is somebody overcompensating?
Yeah, maybe, just slightly.
What are you drinking, George?
I am drinking some Coquito from Cape May Brewing, one of our local breweries here, and it's like if Austin was here, he could explain to you what Coquito is. It's a coconutty, rummy goodness. So this is a beer with lots of coconut, and it is 14%er.
So you'll be going to bed early tonight.
If I even make it through the live cast. I mean, there's no telling.
You'll be sleeping on the floor next to the computer.
Coquito is the Puerto Rican eggnog, right?
It is the Puerto Rican eggnog made with 151.
That's right.
So
So in honor of our Canadian or our British buddy here who spends his days in the tanks, I'm drinking some heavy metal.
Oh, nice.
there
It's
you go.
hazy double IPA from Cross Keys Brewing Company, which is about 27, 28 miles southwest of us here in the Pine Barrens.
Awesome.
So I picked it up on the way home tonight.
What's the percentage on that one?
That is 8.1.
Okay. Jesus. You guys don't mess around like that.
Yeah, well,
Nice
it ain't no banquet beer.
Nope.
Definitely not a banquet beer.
What's this?
I assume Austin's probably drinking some Heinekens or something really cheesy because he's not on, so we'll make fun of him. Hopefully,
he hasn't paid his bill for the internet again, has he?
Oh, he's got the internet fixed.
I think he might have paid it 2 or 3 times because it sounded like we were getting a double or triple feed in there.
Yeah.
But hopefully he'll get that fixed and be back on sometime here soon. But we'll just keep on moving. So how long have you been doing YouTube?
Since I started up again, mate, about I'm going to say 5 years. And since I come here about 5 years ago, I started. But the motorcycle side of life started up again probably about 3 years ago.
Okay. You were doing other stuff on YouTube before you started getting into the motorcycle stuff, or? Yeah,
I spent 18 years in Germany, and I'm a mad World War II freak as well as a bike freak. And I had a World War II channel for one year. The missus bought me a metal detector in Germany, and that was it, man. I was hooked on digging up rusty German stuff wherever I went. So it was good, and the other channels is still going strong. As you guys know, I just literally came back from Germany a few weeks back, so I did a couple of videos while I was over there. So for the other channel, so yeah, but I definitely prefer the bike stuff to that because there's more subscribers watching my stuff on here than the World War II stuff. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. Not to cut you off, but Austin, I think is back on. We're gonna give him a try, see if he's got his audio figured out here. Hola, ¿cómo está?
Looks fixed.
Hey,
I'm good. Sorry about that, everybody, and to you guys too. I had another YouTube open in the background that I literally could not find where it was open, so that's what was going in the background. So, my bad, me.
Rookie move, Holmes. Rookie move.
Yep, totally. Damn, Max.
All right. So we did a little intro. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, Austin, for those that maybe might be on for the first time or whatever.
All right, my name is Austin. I ride a 2013 Road King CVO, part of the Baggers and Brew family here. And I am drinking Icarus Forever Forward. It's a double dry hopped IPA. It's a 8.4. It's one of their new releases this week. Pretty good.
Nice.
What's up, everybody?
Cheers.
Cheers, brother.
I was just
we were just started. Go ahead.
Just mentioning Austin. I am drinking the Coquito.
Coquito. So Coquito, like I heard you a little bit saying, it's actually Puerto Rican eggnog. And the fact that they made it into a beer, I was really scared. And tell you what, though, once I first had it, they did a good job. They do it. For me, being one of the ones that actually makes the real Puerto Rican Coquito, that's good stuff.
This is Blacktop Devil
strong.
says it's stout season, so she's expressing her disappointment.
She's
I just seen that.
She is right. She's definitely right.
It's always stout season at the Blacktop's house.
That's true too. I would have drank a stout or a porter, but the problem is all the stouts and porters I got upstairs in the fridge belong to the wife. So if I touched those, I probably would have got smacked.
Fingers broken.
I do have the other release that Icarus had was the Fluffist, which is a stout also, but it's a very dessert stout. It's worse than the deep fried ice cream. It's not as high alcohol. Oof.
Thought you liked the deep fried ice cream.
I love the deep fried ice cream. The Fluffist is actually a little too much. It's a little sweeter. So, and it's heavy, real heavy. But it's
not an actual deep fried ice cream, surely.
No, but the taste of it, if you've ever had deep fried ice cream, it's very close with a coffee taste to it.
Right.
It's good. It's good.
I don't think you've had deep fried ice cream, Austin.
What's that?
I don't think you've had deep fried ice cream.
Never get a chance to. It always melts.
Oh man.
True.
All right. Wah, wah. So we were just talking to Scouts or the military biker. I'm sorry about how long he's been on YouTube. And I kind of wanted to get and start right off by touching on the name change because a lot of us started following you when you were Scouts Adventures, and you recently did a name change to the channel. So kind of wanted to have you touch on that a little bit. You know, what was the rationale behind your change and how it's working out for you so far?
Yeah, man. So like we were talking before the show, the reason I did the change is obviously being in North America, most people in North America have no clue what a Scouse is. And if you're from the UK, you'll know what a Scouse is. It's a guy from Liverpool. So if you're from Liverpool, you get called a Scouser, and that's where I'm from originally. So, you know, the adventures bit on the end of that come, you know, for Shirley just being on the bike doing adventures. But what I found was it was just slightly dragging its heels compared to everybody else that sort of, you know, around the same sort of time frame, same sort of videos, so on and so forth. So they were always growing, whereas I was just steadily growing, if you know what I mean. And I'm not just talking about the YouTube channel, by the way. So anyway, I thought to myself, you know, how can I best improve the channel and the overall sort of branding of the channel? And obviously being in the army, I thought, well, you know, what sort of military spin can I put on it? And I literally sat there for about 2 weeks, just reeling off, just writing down, you know, as you do, just writing down different names. Mm-hmm. And the one that stood out the most for me, and I spoke to the wife about it, I said, which one do you think? And she pointed to it straight away. She went, that one, got to be that one. And which was the military biker. And I looked to see, you know, there's quite a lot of guys who's in the military who ride bikes. So I thought, well, that's probably got to be taken by now. You know, someone will have that name. And funny enough, nobody did. So I jumped all over it, literally all over it. And it's just gone, you know, like I was saying before, it's the growth of the channel now compared to the previous name is just tenfold compared to what it was. And I think, you know, it's got a lot to do with the military side of life because everybody loves the military. Well, in you know, the Western world, as it were. Nobody likes the military over in Iraq and Afghanistan and stuff like that. Certainly don't like me with my 120, that's for sure. But you know, it just kicked off, boys, and like you guys have seen, you know, the videos and everything have just, the views now are just way better than what they used to be. And I got my mate back in the UK to come up with the new logo, which I think's to a team, I think it fits perfectly, you know, and I think it's really, really good. And a guy called Craig from Motor Rev, another channel from the UK, he did it, and it literally sits perfect, I think. So, yeah, that was the rationale behind it, boys, and it's worked, which I'm glad. It did take a lot of, you know, you've probably seen the live stream I did to say, you know, should I or shouldn't I change the channel, and I'm glad I did. I wish I'd named it in the military biker from the beginning because, you know, who knows where it could have been. But yeah.
It suits you. It really does, because I know you're very, very passionate and have a lot of pride, as myself and my two partners here too. Military for us is a big thing. We're very proud of it, and we appreciate you for that.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you guys. You know, it's you're right. I am proud of what I do, mate, and I think being in the UK, you don't get as much. I mean, you know, being over here and when I go down to the States, everyone says, "Oh, thanks for your service." And I've noticed a few guys have said it in the side. You don't get that in the UK. You don't get it at all. So it's really? We appreciate. Really, mate. We appreciate our military guys in the UK, but nowhere near as much as what it is over here and in the States. You know, it's a completely different level. It really is a completely different level. So I think having a name now over here, you know, especially now because I'm half Canadian, it makes absolute sense, you know. So
it does. Nice.
That's awesome. So, since you made that change, have you? I mean, I don't know when it started getting cold up there. Since you made the change, have you been able to get out and ride and do any recording for videos, or is it kind of not really happened yet?
No, mate, I made the change back in, so I think it was the end of August, beginning of September this year. The worst year in history. But yeah, I made the change. And then literally about a week later, I did a road trip with the lads up to the Rocky Mountains. So that was the first video I did as the military biker sort of thing. And it just just kicked off. I mean, I personally think it was probably the best video I've put out as a sort of. I started doing it as a 4-part series, and then I combined it to an hour-long version of the motorcycle documentary, if you want. But it's done really well, man, really well. And I think, like I said, I think it was my best job so far. And I'm no expert, man, you know what I mean? But I think I've done the best job I can possibly do on the video. So yeah, and a couple of live streams in between, just drinking, talking rubbish.
Yeah.
And I did I think it was the Remembrance video, which you guys were involved in as well. Austin, especially, mate, you did that, and again, I was proud to put that out, for the fallen guys, and especially around Remembrance Day for us back in the UK, Canada, and Veterans Day for you guys as well. So I was proud of the way that turned out, and I had a hand from everybody that came in and give me that little snippet. Yourself, Austin, as well, mate. That he did a little snippet of, and it turned out fantastic. It did really, really well. So
it was a really nice one. I was surprised. I can't say I was surprised, but I was very pleased to see how much cooperation you have from so many vets from around the world.
Yeah.
You have from Australia, you have from England, you had people from overseas. I mean, you had plenty of U.S. vets. Yeah. And the way you put that together, along with the clip is from the past and the future and the story behind it, I thought that was phenomenal. That gave me goosebumps when I watched that. That was excellent.
Yeah, cheers, but it does. Every time I watch it back now, I think I'm like, you're right, I get goosebumps watching it because and the help I got from the lads around the world was phenomenal, man. I didn't expect to get that many. When I reached out to everybody, I said to you, I said to the rest of the lads, I said, if you want to be in the video, just send me a little video of 10 to 30 seconds worth of saying who you are, what you ride, blah blah blah. And the response was just bloody phenomenal, as you've seen on the video. It
was. I was very. I sense of pride from everybody when they were doing it too. And to see the amount of people that you had involved was excellent. Great
massively,
job.
Mate, massively. And I got help from the Best Defense Foundation. They let me use some of their clips as well, which was phenomenal. Brilliant from them. They said, "Yeah, man, crack on." We've watched.
Oh, we lost you, Scouse.
You lose your sound.
Lost Scouse' audio there for a minute. While we're waiting. Oh, you back?
I'm back.
All right. There you
go. Back.
I didn't want to lose this before we kept talking. I didn't want this to get passed up. Thank you, Bo Dean.
Appreciate you too.
Bo Dean 52. Bob's a good dude, man. He's a big supporter of not only us, but pretty much everybody in the motovlogging community, man. And they do a great live stream on Sundays with him and the other fellows. So thank you very much, man. We'll put that to good use. We really appreciate it.
He's got a great channel, and he's very active on the gram. So if you don't follow Bodine on Instagram, go hit him up. He likes the gram.
But hey, Scout Steve, before I forget, if I haven't already, though, thank you for your service, man. We really appreciate it. All three of us here, we either have military backgrounds or from families of military, as most of the people on the side chat already know because we talked about it before. But we're all very patriotic. Some of us, Austin and I, have been working, hand in hand with the military for quite a while now. And Austin obviously served, and I know George comes from a military family, so it's important to us. So we really appreciate that. Just wanted to let you know. We appreciate it. All right, so moving on. So the name change has been good. What's that?
I think we lost his audio again. He's working on it. Thank you, Glad, Arkansas, man. Thank you very much.
I appreciate you, man.
Thank you. Side chat over there.
We got a bunch of people. Mrs. Blacktop Devil, who's ragging us for not drinking stouts. We got Austin's Love, Jeannie. Dave's here. Whit Meza. Whit Meza is got herself into a calendar that was put out by doodle on a motorcycle.
Yep.
And if you haven't seen that, Finish the Clutch is here. Anonymous loves hanging out on live streams, and we love him being here. And Toby Northern, Good Life Riders here, Bluegrass Riders, Adventures of the Bearded Bobber, hanging out. So it's Justin just popped in, 99 RU grad, and we have our buddy Dave Atwell, who is putting in the last year of his military career before he retires.
Yep, in Alaska.
In Alaska.
Woo!
Thank you, Dave.
Love you, brother. Miss you.
Yeah, we love you, Dave. We miss you, brother. Looking forward to you getting out, and hopefully we get to meet up and ride some more, man. We miss riding with you. Yeah, man. Who else is in there?
You back, Scouse? Scouse is not back.
No, we can't hear you.
He says, wait.
Make me mute you.
That's messed up if you muted the poor guy.
I didn't. It's on his end.
Yeah.
Oh, so I see how it is. No internet jokes for him or anything, huh? Just me?
Well, Scouse is a guest, and you know,
How's that? How's that now?
That's better.
You're wrong enough. We brother.
I was just saying that Dave up in Alaska, it's colder than a penguin's balls up there, man.
Yeah.
That.
But I'll tell you what, man, he gets to see some amazing stuff. He's posted some awesome pictures of wildlife out there and whatnot, man. It's an awesome experience that he's at least getting before he gets out of the Air Force.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah.
Brilliant. But I think he's definitely weather ready for warmer pastures, I believe.
So
I think Dave has plans when he gets out to head to Arizona in the sunshine. So he'll get to do a lot of riding out there.
Nice. It's hotter than the Arabs' balls down there.
One extreme to the next.
Exactly.
We can't all live in San Diego where it's 70 every day. So
yeah, that's true. Jesus.
So
I
saw on one of your I don't know if it was a video or on Instagram, you have a new affiliation with a company, First MFG.
Yeah, man. That's down by your neck of the woods, actually. Over in, I think it's New York. They're kind enough to, I reached out to them and said, look, do you fancy, I don't know, did you guys do like affiliation programs and all that? And they came back straight away with, yeah, absolutely, come on board sort of thing. And yeah, man, they've been kind enough to give me 25% discount using my discount code. If you guys, you've seen the video and stuff, if you want to get 25% off, you just go use my code and away you go, man. You can fill your boots with, as we say over in the UK, you can fill your boots with, going to the shop and buying whatever you want. But they were brilliant enough to send me a jacket, man, a brand new jacket. And they were, to test and review and stuff like that. But the stuff they do, man's amazing. It really is. They do custom vests and everything like that, and literally you can customize your vest to however you want it. And it's fantastic, man. Some of the stuff they do is really, really cool. Really cool.
So that was going to be my question, is what exactly do they have? Tell us a little more about their product lines and stuff like that. Do you know? Yeah,
so they literally do everything from motorcycle apparel, from bloody hats right the way down to boots. They do gloves, custom, like I said, custom vests, jackets, anything leather, they make basically. And like I said, they send me it's called a villain jacket to review, and this thing's like $300, $300 American dollars, and they sent it to me for free to try out, and I couldn't be more thankful to these boys, because when it turned up, I was well impressed with it, man. It's really, really good. Really good. Anonymous. He is lit. Honest to God, man, he's the fucking nemesis. Every time he comes on, he just gives me shit. Pardon my friends.
It's not just you, man. He gives everybody crap.
Everybody.
Oh, I know. I give him as much shit back, though. Let's be honest. I do give him some shit. Like, he's normally I'm surprised he's spending his money on his fleshlight. That's what I normally tell him he's doing.
Listen, I feel bad for the guy. He's so ugly, he won't even show his face. I mean, feel bad.
Exactly. He must be ugly as, I was going to say the F word there. He must be one ugly guy. Looks like Quasimodo on a night out.
Hey, go ahead and post up his donation there.
I will see it.
He did send us $5 for us to bust his chops back.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Eating scouts randomly. See, he's a dick, isn't he? He's an absolute. That's another thing about my channel, guys. If you do watch my stuff, you guys know this. I swear quite a lot. It's a sort of, I'm British and I'm a soldier, so it's a kind of hand-in-hand thing for me. So if you don't like swearing, then don't watch my stuff. You know,
Bloody hell.
bloody hell.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's definitely an 18 on my channel.
Good stuff. Thank you, Anonymous. Appreciate you, man.
So I saw the jacket that you got, and it looks pretty sweet. And I think there was somebody else in the motovlog community that was also affiliated with them. Maybe
I'll tell you exactly who it is. It's that Dick Anonymous Biker USA.
Is he? No, I wasn't thinking of him.
It's Anonymous. There's quite a few.
What's the name from Texas?
I think there's quite a few. There is quite a few people that have got it. And do you know what? If you guys reached out to them, they'd probably give it to you guys as well. You're big, your channel's bigger than me, and why not? Get yourself some free stuff, boys.
We might do that. We might hit a few places up, see what's going on.
There's three of us, and we're a lot of leather. We're not some little tiny Canadian.
I mean, this is a few large cows. Okay, we're talking about here.
Fucking boys, I used to be calf size, but now I'm heifer size, so it's all good.
Oh, man.
Good. Heifer size?
Well, not that far. Not that far off. Maybe donkey sized.
P-Mac says he's glad he's got the new Descrambler so he can understand everything he says. And this is, I will tell you now, this is sober Scouse. I've been on live streams with drunk Scouse, and he would ask a question, and I would just put out an answer there that I didn't even know if it was actually for the question.
Yeah.
It would just.
Yeah. I think you just said Donald Trump about 80 times every time I asked you something. Yeah, Donald Trump.
I meant to start off this live stream. I meant to say in the very beginning that I need you to speak slow and enunciate because I suck with accents. I mean, we were in Tennessee, and my wife had to freaking translate for me, so I'm a little slow when it comes to accents.
I'll slow down a little bit. Is that better?
A lot of times after Austin speaks, he just sits there and looks at him with a dead stare. Like,
true. Yeah. True, man. But I'll slow down a little bit. I'll slow down.
So listen, we got Blacktop very excited. He says he got here and we're talking about leather, cussing, and donkeys. I don't remember talking about donkeys, but
talking about donkeys.
Donkeys.
Jesus, it sounds like a night. It sounds like a night out in Hamburg.
There might have been
or Nebraska. Sounds like Nebraska.
Yeah. Jesus.
Tell me, Blacktop, you have experience tipping over the cows over there.
Oh, there, Justin. God, I'm talking about animals so much in Nebraska that you feel at home. Oh, that's some funny stuff. So, when is the last time you actually lived in the UK? I mean, you've been in a military career now, so 18?
Yeah, so 24 years I've been in the army as a tank commander, and the last time I lived in the UK was when I joined the army at 18-year-old. That was it. So I've been away from the UK for 24 years.
Wow.
So you're actually a tank commander.
Yeah, that's my trade, mate. That's my trade. Tanks has been, from day one. Tanks has been my trade, but then the pinnacle of every tank soldier's dream is to become a tank commander. And I did that in 2008, I think it was, and spent many years commanding the tanks. But obviously, as you know, mate, that the higher you go up the ranks, the less time you spend on tanks.
Yeah. My brother just went through that. Actually, he was out. He's a tank commander also in the army, and he was just in South Korea. So he just got back, and he's now on his last year and a half, 2 years of service.
Wow.
So, but he was a tank commander for a better part of 17 and a half years.
Brilliant, mate. Brilliant. Did he bring your background back from South Korea?
No. This one's it's my sweetheart's. It was locked up downstairs, so I needed to block my mess behind. So
that's nice, mate. I like that. It's got like George has got a very Oriental theme. to it.
Yeah, she likes the Orient.
Nice. Well, that's cool, man. About your bro, mate. That's 17 years commanding the wagons. Wow.
Yeah. So now he's the last of it. I think he's down in Kentucky now.
Is he?
Yep. Finishing off.
Retiring. Yeah.
Yeah.
Comes to all of us eventually, bud. You know, we spend many a year driving around, you know, loading, driving, commanding, gunning, all of that sort of stuff, as you know. And then eventually they say, right, you're too old for that now. You've hit a rank where you can't do that anymore. Go sit behind that desk and manage the fleet, which is what I do. So
yeah. Nice. With Mesa. My husband is a field artillery officer.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Good to know, Whit. Good to know.
Yeah. Much respect.
I think the biker community has a pretty deep history of military service.
Most, yeah.
And or family in the service. So so you got 14 months left until you call it quits?
Yeah, 14 months, man, until I become. I did say to my mate the other day, I said, 14 months, and I'm out, and I become a civvy. And he literally went, no, you're a veteran. I was like, oh yeah, that's a good point, actually. Yeah, I thought, Jesus. And when I said that, the wife said, oh, that's it. You'll have to change the name of the channel to the Veteran Biker. I was like, oh, fuck. I said, no, I can't do that. I'm not going through that again. No way. It's going to stay.
It's going to stay. It's a good one. Keep it.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I'm 14 months, mate, and then I'm out and I don't have a job and I probably don't have a house and all that good stuff, that comes to us all.
So you don't have a plan?
Whit Meza, that's what Whit Meza's asking. She says, then what after the 14 months?
It's been a long time. The way I normally put it when somebody asks me, say, what do you want to do when you get out is, when you've been told for 24 years what your next job is and where you're going and what you're doing, it's pretty tough to decide what you actually want to do. So I've got the next 14 months to sort of decide what I want to do and start looking at, maybe going abroad, maybe, and doing, some sort of close protection, possibly abroad or, whatever. And that's where the money is, lads, as you probably know. And, for ex-soldiers and whatever, the money is a lot of money. And it's, it's doing what you know. And, or there's the other side of it where you move into the management side of life, and which, we get qualifications as we go through the ranks and stuff, management quals. And basically right now, all I do is I'm a fleet manager. And that's what I do for 1,600 vehicles, from tanks to Land Rovers to Jeeps to to everything, and armories and all that sort of stuff. And so it does come in quite handy being a fleet manager in a military environment to then transfer that over to Civvy Street, and and it works. It does work for some people, and some people fall flat on their ass. Pardon my French, but I hope that doesn't happen to me, and I'll do my damnedest to not let that happen, because I've got a family to support and stuff. So, but once you're out, the army doesn't give a hoot about you, as it were. They just pay you a golden handshake. Your pension comes in as soon as you walk out the door, for us and for us Brits, and then that's it, really. So, yeah, we'll see what happens, lads. We'll see what happens. I might be a tramp or a bum, as you guys say.
Famous YouTuber, maybe a famous YouTuber.
Yeah, there's no, not gonna happen.
So real quick, I want to answer Good Life Riders asked earlier if that's a real fire in the background here. No, that's not a real fire.
That's a pretty.
That's actually on my TV. That's on my TV. That's a YouTube video actually playing on my TV.
Oh, that came up on my screen. That's the Christmas fire?
It's ambiance. It's ambiance. So,
wow. Yeah, Dave just saying there, same February 1st retirement is official.
Yep,
so literally, Dave, I'm a month behind you, mate. So March, I'm done. Done. It's crazy.
Thanks, Dave.
So are you moving back to the UK then? Are you staying in Canada?
Hell no, man. The UK is a shithole. I am not going back to the UK. No way. Hence why I've got, half? I'm pointing to the same thing. That's why I've got half this now, because I became a Canadian citizen last year, so I can stay, so which is good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You're one of those dual citizenship type, huh?
One of those, yeah. One of those.
We gotta watch this guy.
One of those, yeah. One of those that the Canadians hate.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those guys. But yeah, the plan is to stay. We'll see what happens, you know.
Well, at least you got the A down.
A. Exactly. What are you talking about? I need one of them half heads that wobble up and down, don't I? What are you talking about, buddy?
Hey.
Hey.
All right.
Oh, we're going off.
Guys. Yeah. It's like herding kittens over here.
It started.
So you said it's already cold in Canada. What do you got planned for the winter as far as your channel goes?
We have the same
problem here. We have the same problem here, so I'm just curious what you got in store.
So obviously, as you guys know, it's pretty tough to ride a bike when there's 3 foot of snow and ice. So I think maybe some more live streams. You know, you guys have been on my live streams. It's basically it's like a bunch of guys getting together at the pub and having a good time. That's the way I like to look at it, you know. And maybe a few live streams, mate. I think I'll do the odd, how-to video, how to drain the oil on the Sportster and all that sort of stuff. And maybe if I do any upgrades to the bike, I'll make a video of it and stuff. But it's tough, man. It as you know, it's tough over the winter period. If you do get snow, ice, cold, and you can't ride the bike, it's tough to bring out content that people are actually going to watch that's bike related, you know. So it's pretty tough. But I mean, I'll try and come up with different ways of entertaining, as it were. But we'll see if that works.
Yeah, it's not easy. We'll tell you that. It's definitely not easy. I mean, and last year was easier because we had a lot of different motorcycle shows and things that we had planned on going to, which we were able to do. But now this year, everything's canceled. You know, there's no shows, so we won't be doing that. I think we'll probably be doing some reviews of some products that we've purchased and used over the last riding season. Maybe we have the luxury. Being Baggers and Brews, we could still hit up, some breweries and talk about beer and stuff. And we've learned that those videos don't do as well, but we enjoy doing them and we enjoy making them. So we'll keep doing that. Yeah. I don't know, George, what else you got in mind for the winter?
I think we got some product reviews, and we do have some breweries, and we have actually, despite the current situation, we've had a number of breweries, open up and continue to open up. Mm-hmm. And as Good Life riders say, we might show Austin's fixing his bike
again.
But and if we have palatable weather, I would say we'll be on the bike.
Good Life riders, man. That's a total dig. I'll be But you're right.
Do you know what I might do? Actually, I might set the house on fire and film it for like an hour and just put it on loop, and then have it as Bert's background when you're next to a live stream.
You could do that. Yeah, that would be. That would probably.
That would got 14 months.
I don't think the wife would be too happy. Like, you never know. Hey, it's all about the views, man. It's all about the views.
I would figure Bert with a Santa Claus hat in front of a burning house would make great memes.
Yeah. That's true. I'll have to move. Obviously, take the bike out the garage first before I set the house on fire.
Yeah, I'll bring Black Santa with me.
I knew it was coming out tonight. I knew it was. So, Whitmeza, a lot of us know the answer to this question, but Whitmeza asked the question, Scouts, what do you ride?
So, I did ride, when I first started the channel, I rode a 2008 Boulevard, Suzuki Boulevard. That blue thing that you guys have seen, and I absolutely love that bike. It was a great looking bike, but it just didn't have enough power behind it to sort of to do what I wanted it to do, and long journeys and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, it was comfortable for long journeys, but it just didn't have that you know what I'm talking about, the power behind it to the exhaust was screaming and stuff. And I was like, this is just not good enough for going on long journeys. So, that being said, I went out and bought a 1999 Harley Davidson Sportster.
Comfortable for a long trip.
Because of the power.
Because, that, and I just fell in love with the look of it. you know, and because of the power, he's taking the piss there, isn't he? He's taking the piss. Oh, it's rapid. It's got a stage 7 turbo on it and everything. So yeah, it's rap. But yeah, so that's what stage 7. They don't do it in Canada or the US, only in UK. But yeah, so I like I said, I got the sports there, and I fell in love with the look of it. This thing, I mean, like I say, you guys and most of the guys in side chat have seen what it looks like, and I called it the Spitfire because it's got flames on the tank, and it's old school flames, and everything's flames on it. And yeah, I thought to myself, right, I'm selling this bike to get comfort, and you're buying a Sportster. But I just couldn't help myself. I fell in love with this thing, like I say, and I'm so glad I did it. But I will be treating myself to a bagger at some point, and then I'll keep the Sporty, man, because the Sporty is great fun. It really is great fun. Yeah. And it's not stopped me from doing the miles. It really hasn't. Like I said before, that road trip I did down to the Rockies, I think we covered nearly 2,000 kilometers, and I did it on a Sporty with no windscreen and apes and stuff like that. And it was snowing, raining, you name it. And when I got back, I was like a 90-year-old bloke when I got off the bike. But it was just, it added to the memories, and it added to the experience, and it added to the the whole sort of biking environment that we were doing at the time. And I loved it. I really did. But yeah, so that's what I ride. Whit rides a Sporty. I ride a Sporty. Simple. And it's not a girl bike.
Yeah,
really?
It's not. It's really not.
I didn't say anything bad about the Sportsters. Well, calm down.
All right, I'm seeing on the side, man. They're firing at you now.
Calm down. It's gonna be all right.
But yeah, definitely. My girlfriend rides a Sportster 48, but sure.
Hey, listen, I blow stuff up for a living, and I ride a Harley Davidson Sportster. So there's a bit of, you can't say it's a girl's bike. Anonymous biker will, though.
Got a little bit of, okay, you good.
Anonymous will. He'll say, it's a girl's bike with his mask on.
Yeah, is that guy going to ride a Harley? Oh, no.
With his mask on.
I was just doing a men's calendar. I am doing a men's calendar. Naked, actually. $20 a go. So if you want to be part of the Naked Military Biker calendar, let me know. Hit me up.
Oh, if you want to be part, sure, I'm in.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Oh gosh.
You guys,
yeah.
The only problem is, Austin, you've got to show your helmet.
I'll produce that one. There you go. I think Dave Atwell wants to. He sounds excited about that.
Oh man!
So, and it's interesting. Something that I didn't know until we started, talking to a lot of the Canadian motovloggers and some of the motovloggers from Britain. There are a lot of Sportsters. It seems like in England and Canada.
Yeah,
and it's very price driven.
Yeah, I think you're right, man. I think, you just touched on it there. In the UK, having a Sportster is very much a guy thing. There's more Sportsters owned by blokes in the UK than there is baggers, believe it or not. And it's whatever it is, due to the smaller roads, the tighter corners, all that sort of stuff, whatever. But there's a massive following of guys with Sportsters in the UK. And I think that added to it as well, because I didn't realise that from when I bought the Sportster, I didn't realise that there isn't that many guys who ride Sportsters over here compared to the UK, and I think that was sort of out of my mindset when I went looking for another bike. And I like I said, I fell in love with this thing. I thought, well, yeah, let's go for it, because I'm used to that sort of thinking, if you know what I mean. Whereas
the Piney Princess is hitting us with real science right here.
They have tiny people in the UK. That's true. That is true. Yeah, there's actually a town called Lilliput, and that's where all the little people come from. Yeah. The Ewoks live near Birmingham, believe it or not.
There you go. Whitmeza asks, are there restrictions on Sportsters there now in the UK? I don't know. Are there?
No, none.
I think it's coming, though, in the next few years with emissions. I don't think that that the Sporty engine is going to make it through UK.
Yeah, we do have that whole emissions thing. You've got to get a thing called an MOT every year, which is something test, MO test. I can't remember what the hell it's called. Like I said, it's been a while since I've been there. But you have to, regardless of what you own, you have to do this every year. So if you own a 50cc, you've got to go for an MOT. If you own a 1400, you've got to go for an MOT. Same with the cars, trucks, everything. So and they have to do this thing called the emissions test. And if it fails the emission test, it will not pass its MOT. Therefore, ergo, you can't ride your bike. So
the licensing process is crazy. Yes.
Screw that. I'll stay in America.
Exactly. Yeah. God bless America.
It's a nice flag in the background you got there too.
Do you like that? But I put that up especially for you guys. I keep pointing in the wrong direction because I'm not used to this backwards camera. I put that up especially for you guys, and I'm wearing this especially for you guys as well. Because when I went down to Montana, that's the first thing I bought. I was like, "Where's one of them hats? I need a hat that says Make America Great Again." And I got one. So,
have you ever thought about living in America?
I have, mate. Yeah, but they won't have me. They will not let me in.
Says who?
What are you talking about? Just come here now. I mean, we'll let anybody come to America.
Well, clearly they let anybody come to Canada. Jesus Christ, I made it in. So
just get like 3 or 4 of your friends, and CNN will call it a caravan, and they'll just let you right in.
I'll claim political asylum when I leave.
Yes.
Okay.
There you go.
They're mean and it's cold in Canada, so you want to come south.
Exactly. It's funny you say that, man. And me and the missus always say this every time we drive through Montana. We would love, our dream is to own a ranch in Montana, just in the middle of nowhere, have a log cabin sort of ranch thing and just live life, man, and that would be amazing to me. It really would. It'd be fantastic. But yeah, never going to get that. But hey.
Hey, Montana doesn't tax your retirement.
Exactly. You can shoot people for free there as well.
There you go. But then you're buried in snow, 10 months out of the year. Wyoming and Montana.
Yeah. That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard anyway.
Kind of sounds like the guy from the Red October. I think I'll own a ranch in Montana. Wasn't that the state he chose to?
Sean Connery. That was it, wasn't it?
Did you quote a movie?
I already said it. It was I did just quote a movie. It was like his first mate or his assistant captain or whatever.
What was it?
Who wanted the ranch? It wasn't Sean's character who said it, but that was the thing. I want to own a ranch in Montana. Yes, I did quote a movie. See, they always bust my chops because I don't watch that many movies. So.
Oh man, yeah. No, to be fair though, mate, Pornhub is quite good nowadays. Used to be rubbish years ago. Ask Anonymous. He's got shit.
Between Pornhub and Peter Lindgren, he just doesn't have time for movies.
I think Anonymous is probably a manager there. He's probably the site manager.
He is, yeah. He is the site manager. I've completed Pornhub anyway.
I knew this would go south.
Oh boy.
Okay,
We're circling the drain here on the Baggers and Brews livecast. Circling the drain.
I told you to get weird, boys. I told you to get weird.
So Anonymous says he's ridden every Harley in the lineup, and he loves them all.
Loves them all. There you go. Somebody a little while back said there's no Sportster like an Evo Sportster, and I'll tell you, it's not just the Sportster Evo Sportster. I mean, Bert had a Heritage that was an Evo engine, and nothing sounds like that.
That's what I've got, man. That's in that 99 is the Evo Sporty.
Is that the Evo too?
Yeah, I love it, mate. It's what an engine. What an engine.
It sounds amazing.
Yeah. It's like the Duracell bunny, man. It just keeps going and going and going and going and going. And to be honest, I thought Anonymous said he's rode every man in the lineup, and I had to reread it there and realize what he was talking about.
Well, that could be true.
I told you this is what it's like.
And Blacktop has Sportster too, which is amazingly was a step up from his scooter that he still does own, because Blacktop does own a scooter, and if you have not seen him crash a scooter, you can go to his channel and watch it because it's a good video.
Yeah, man, they're good. They're brilliant engines. You know, it's not just in the sports that it's in most of the Harleys around that time, but it's such a fantastic engine. Really is, really is. And like you say, but it sounds amazing.
Yeah.
What years were the Evos? They were on the Sportsters later than the Softails.
Ooh.
I don't know the exact years, but I know the Softails and the touring bikes came out with twin cams, and I think the Evo stuck with the Sportster for like another year or two.
Yeah,
But
I think
99 maybe, or 2000 was the last Evo Sportster.
I might be wrong when saying 2003. I might be wrong when I say 2003.
Was it that late? Yeah.
I think possibly, yeah. Possibly. Please keep him out. Jesus Christ. Yeah, but you're right. You know you're riding a bike, though. I'll give it that the sport. You know you're riding a bike, man, because it's
because
literally
45 miles an hour.
Yeah.
You can't see out your rearview mirrors. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
that's
Aren't the Sports are still an Evo motor?
no, are they? I don't know.
I don't know. You know,
The motor hasn't really changed in that thing.
I might be. I don't think they are, but I could be wrong.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. We drink beer. We're not motorcycle experts.
Yeah.
I mean, we're good at drinking beer, though.
Exactly.
Really
maybe.
good.
Really good at beer. Jesus.
So, but I think it's, as riding in America, we see a lot of baggers in America. We see a lot of Softails, a lot of baggers. And when you look at some videos, like two Kiwi riders from New Zealand, you look at their videos, a lot of Sportsters. You look at Data Mad, a lot of Sportsters.
Yeah.
An occasional bagger. I mean, and I know a lot of you guys in Canada, it's a lot of Sportsters. So
yeah,
it's cool to see. I mean, I know there's a lot here in the US, but when you go to a rally or you go to something like that, you're seeing, especially these days, I feel like a lot of baggers.
Yeah, I agree, mate. When we drove down to Sturgis, or rode down to Sturgis, and that was literally just the main street of Sturgis was just a sea of baggers. We didn't see. I don't think I saw a single Sportster, if I'm honest. I can't remember. I was drunk most of the time, but it was something else to see. I mean, you guys have been now, and geez, man, I'd never seen anything like that in my entire life on the scale of that. Of the sport of the Sturgis rally was just unbelievable, man. The amount of bikes was just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. You're supposed to drink beer and know things.
So, according to the interwebs, the Sportster Evolution engine has remained largely unchanged from 1986 to present day.
Yep.
Still going.
Tips.
So Blacktop's right. Yeah.
Tips to Blacktop Devil for his Sportster knowledge.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. But yeah, I think the reason you see more sporties in the UK, mate, and stuff, and Europe as a whole is, we don't have to travel the distances that you guys have to travel. On a road trip, you guys can go from one side of the states to the other. Yeah, and, you could fit 4 UKs side by side into the states and stuff. So I think it's a different style of ride and a different mindset over there, and it definitely is. The other side of it is over there, and rightly so. Rightly so.
But what's the import tax into Canada? Like, what's a bagger in Canada go for?
Oh, so I think it depends on what you want. Obviously, you just want a bog standard Harley bagger. You're probably looking about 24 grand, 25,000 Canadian dollars. I might be wrong, but yeah, probably about that. Which to be honest is probably the same as what it is in American dollars. Is that about right?
It's close. It is.
Yeah, I think it's cheaper to buy a Harley in Canada than it is in the States.
Wow, is it really?
Yeah, I believe so.
Then what the hell are we still doing here?
Because regardless, if you come over here and bought a Harley Davidson from HD over here, as soon as you drive it back over the border, you have to pay the import tax of the equivalent difference. So it's pointless.
Yeah, very very true, because we can't register it in Canada. No. So 24,000 Canadian is the equivalent of just under 19,000 US.
There you go.
So to give you an idea, looking at what today's exchange rate is.
Wow. So
that's interesting.
It is, but you're still going to get hammered for the import tax, So pointless. Blacktop drinks beer and knows things. Yes, he does.
Well, he's engaged to Piney Princess now because or somebody has. Oh, Atwell, because she did Trail of the Bike to Sturgis.
Oh, that's a taboo subject, man. That is. I mean, even I know that that's a taboo subject to talk about. Jesus, as you guys know, because we both found this out when we did our Is Sturgis Cancelled videos. Man, if you start anything to do with fucking Sturgis, sorry to swear, but anything to do with Sturgis on the Sturgis website or Facebook pages, and they don't like it, that's it. You're finished.
Man.
Yeah. Bert, let me tell you, we did our Is Sturgis Canceled video, and I think by like 1 o'clock, Bert was calling me up like, "Yo, I am getting some hate on Facebook."
Yeah. Doesn't surprise me. Does not surprise. I was getting the same hate as what you guys were getting. I was like, "What the hell's going on here?" Some geezer, stop spreading rumors, man. I'm like, I'm not spreading rumors. It's the fucking truth. I'm just telling you how it is. And he's like, yeah, well, stop. And mate, it went on and on and on and on for, oh my God. I wish if there's any video I could take out of my video selection on YouTube, it'd be that one.
No way.
Not me. No way. I'll take that beating for the numbers. Those numbers are just freaking climbing.
True. And there's the other side of it. Exactly. Yeah. There's the other side of it. But just the sheer annoyance of it, though, it's the annoyance value of it. Yeah, fine, you get all the views, but it's like ping, ping, ping. You're like, oh my God, what now? Mm-hmm. And then you look and it's like, it's just abuse. You're like, oh my God. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But if you mention the whole trailer thing in Sturgis, that's it. That's another. Oh my God.
Yeah, man.
People get tore up over it.
I don't know. I don't get why people care. Like, if that's what you want to do, do it. Like, I rode because I wanted to ride.
Yeah.
My wife didn't want to ride. Yeah. Fine. I don't care. Like, to her, it wasn't. I think it's a guy thing too, because the ego of wanting to be able to say that you rode. You rode yours from wherever to Sturgis, which is what I want to do. I'm a competitive person naturally, so to me, it was like a challenge.
Yeah.
But for her, like, I don't care about that. I just want to get there and still be, not sore and comfortable and fresh and ready to ride out there. Fine. That's teach their own. I don't. That argument, man, on the bike pages, man. That's just. It never ends like that. Anytime anybody brings it up, that thread will go for days, man. And
it's an age-old argument, isn't it? It's an age. Yeah. It's an 80-year-old argument, literally.
It's nuts.
And I'll be honest with you, unless we have a month to ride out there, if we go back, I wouldn't mind trailering, to be honest with you, because if we're going through the same roads we did, there's only a section of it that I would really like to redo. But other than that, I'll trailer. Unless we go south and come north from that side, I would trailer.
I agree, mate. I totally
agree. That's probably not a bad idea, because if you're in a car, then George and I could probably make better time. So that'll work out just fine.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah, listen.
Number 2 the whole way. Who was on number 2 the whole way?
Listen, at this point,
who was up in the front the whole time?
Who does number 2 work for?
Shit.
Yeah. At this point, his bike is going to be on the trailer with him sitting on it going to Sturgis.
I've seen a video.
He'll be in the trailer with it, working on it.
To be honest, though, once you've rode there, man, I mean, Jesus, what did it take? I think it was 3,500 kilometer round trip that we did, and then we rode the whole way there and the whole way back. And it was sore, but it was, I've done it. I can say I've done it, and if next time comes around, and now that I've actually seen the ride and done the ride and realized how boring some parts of it were because it was just straight bloody roads, I probably would trailer the bike down there and have that more extra time in stages than actually riding the bike 2 stages, and then riding around them. But yeah, once you've done it, man, you've done it, and especially if you live far away like we do and like you guys do, and it makes sense. It does. Makes absolute sense.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's a ride. And at the end of the day, it's just time. And, we did it with 5 bikes and a chase car. So it wasn't necessarily like, our ride to Texas, we're coming home, we were just bombing miles.
Yeah,
exactly. It's when you have 5 people and, you definitely riding a little slower, and you get the chase car, and sometimes they were ahead of us, sometimes we were ahead of them, and
This is it. If you only get 5 days off, mate, to do the whole trip, including riding down there, if you can shave off a day by trailering your bike, why wouldn't you spend that extra time that you get down there by trailing your bike? Why wouldn't you do it? You know, it is what it is. But it's the age-old argument, and it's still going on.
I think for me, the only way I have a trailer is if I was towing it with my or I had an RV, because that's what I was going to stay in while I'm out there.
Yeah,
if I was saving that money and I had an RV or a trailer, or whatever, or a toy hauler, then maybe I would consider it. But if I've got to rent a place or have a hotel or whatever, I'm probably going to just ride. But that's just me.
Yeah.
Austin, do you want to address this comment?
Oh yeah. I mean, let's get something straight here. The last time it was a modification, so it wasn't broke. Okay.
This
so
time
I got the fat tire. It wasn't broke. Okay. Now this time around, unfortunately, I don't know if you all know that the 110s have a very faulty system with the lifters. So the lifters went on the 110, and that's what caused the whole thing. So this time is broke. Last time it was for fun. This time is like, oh crap.
Yeah.
So it's gonna have a complete rebuild. I'm hoping to get that started here pretty soon. Hopefully, Fuel Moto will be a brand name on the bike here pretty soon. So it's not that it broke again. It's the first time that it really broke. All right.
Keyword is really broke.
Yeah, proper broke.
It is really
broke. Yeah, it's really broke.
Yeah.
It's a ticking and a knocking.
That's not good, man.
No, it's not. In fact, I'm going to send you the video. You should hear this. Oh,
really?
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
How many miles was our Sturgis trip? Bert, I know you know that number.
I don't. Oh, man, the Fourth Stooge had that number.
411 or something like that?
Yeah, over 4,000 miles for the whole trip.
I think I had 45.
I think it was it was about midway, almost close to 5,000, just under, with the round trip out plus the riding out there. I mean,
miles, not kilometers.
It was less than I thought it would be, but it's a good number.
Yeah, and we did. Justin said he was 3240 from Detroit. We went out in 4 days, picked up 99 RU grad in opposite end of Ohio from us, the western end of Ohio, and did some sightseeing once we got out there, like day 3 and day 4. And then we came home a southern route, right, down through Iowa and across east from Iowa, and stopped in Indy and did that in 3 days. So we came home in 3 days.
Wow. That's a good effort. That, like, a really good effort, boys. That's a lot of miles, man. It really is.
So but you know what? When you're on a bike, like, everybody's like, "Oh, how you guys doing?" And like, when you're on these bikes that are built to do this, you're fine.
Yeah.
If your bike is set up and you're comfortable, and you have bars that you're comfortable with, and you've got pegs, and you can get your feet moved around, and you're got a windshield that's protecting you from a lot of the beating that you're taking, it's not bad.
Yeah.
You're making me jealous now.
It's
I
really.
I feel like with some minor adjustments, we could have done more, like, on a daily basis, if we wanted to. Not that we needed to, but if you wanted to, I think we could have squeezed out even more miles.
Yeah.
But I think we've kind of, at least the three of us here, and I believe John is our little Fourth Stooge who's in a lot of our videos. I think we've all come to the conclusion that we enjoy the long distance rides, the big road trips, banging out big miles, over multiple days. I think we all like it, and so far I've been on 2 really long trips with these guys, and I not a bit of complaining, at all at any point. And we've ridden through some of the worst rain. some extreme heat, extreme cold, and
extreme wind, and
wind, crazy wind. And there was not a bit of complaining or crying about it. I mean, it's part of the ride. I think we enjoy it, and it's kind of a badge of honor, and I love it. I can't wait for the next one. I think these guys probably would agree with that too.
Yeah.
I'm definitely ready for another long trip. Got to get the bike fixed.
And like George said, these bikes, man, they're built to do it. And if you got it set up, right for you, for your ride, and man, you can ride all day, multiple days, day after day, and you'll be fine. They're made for that, and they're comfortable now. It's not like the old, back in the day where, rigid bikes and killed your back and all that stuff. Like, you get yourself, and that's the three of us, we don't even really have anything great at this point as far as suspension and stuff like that. I mean, once we upgrade that stuff, which I think we all plan to at some point, I mean, that's even more, comfortable, more miles we can do. So they're made for it, so it's really not that crazy. I know I've talked, I got friends or people that don't ride that, then your back hurt, you're this or that. And I'm like, no, not really. I mean, yeah, here and there, your butt gets a little, you gotta adjust, but when you got a bagger with highway bars and pegs and all that stuff, you got a lot of different positions you can adjust, and when your butt gets sore, you can move, and it's what they're made for.
Yep. Good Life Riders. He says next long trip should be to the Keys. Actually, we have talked about that. We have talked. That's
been on the list.
That's on the list.
That's been on the list for a while. Yeah.
Yep.
That's on the list. And Dave Atwell said you get into a groove, and that's true. I think once you get on the road and you get up on the highway, it just becomes tanks of gas when you have to crush the miles, and it's like, can you crush another tank? Can you crush another tank? And you do just get into a groove where you're just rolling.
There's one thing with riding with Atwell. There's getting in a groove and there's flying in a groove. Because that dude puts it on 90, 95 going down the Garden State, and you're like, holy heck, you look down and you're like, oh, wow. That dude can ride right there. That dude hits the throttle and goes. Much respect. Send it. Yep, he said it.
Send it.
And 883 Rider says he gets a lot of buffeting, and you know what? That buffeting is a matter of you finding the windshield that doesn't get you the buffeting, or maybe the speed height that doesn't get you the buffeting, because you can get rid of that. And if you're riding a bagger, there's a lot of things you could do with wind management, to get rid of that, because that buffeting will tire you out, and you can't do miles like that. You gotta work around that, because most of these stock windshields are not made for these long trips.
Nope. So Scouts, what's your normal?
Oh.
Boom.
Say again,
later, bro.
See you later. Oh no.
Good grief. Oh,
There
he
you
didn't
go.
pay his bill.
Oh,
We cut him off right in the middle.
Do you know, next time you should go for an affiliation with AT&T just for Austin.
Oh my goodness, what is going on with this dude? I bet you he had a really good question too.
It sounded like. Yeah, it sounded like.
Yeah,
Scouts.
not.
That was it. Scouts.
Anonymous said, mic drop. There you go. There it is.
Oh my god.
Clockworks.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So yeah, Dave Allen said Clockworks. We two of us, Bert and I both have Clockworks windshields, on the road glides. Funny enough, John bought one for his Ultra, and he loved it, but his wife, who's on the back a lot, didn't really like it so much, because where she wasn't getting buffeted with the Harley wind splitter, she started getting a lot of buffeting with the Clockworks.
Yeah.
Ken Corsa said, "Tell him to call Ma Bell." Oh man, poor Austin. Maybe it was a power outage.
I can't.
Jesus. I'm laughing so hard I'm going to wake up the kids. Brilliant.
Poor Austin. And he's got a brand new laptop, man.
God. Maybe he wasn't plugged in.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'll bet you his laptop shut off because it's not plugged in. It's going to be real funny if that's the case. Who says them Canadians aren't that smart? See, that's got that one.
See? No, I know, because it happened to me on one of my live streams.
Oh, man. Make sure I'm plugged in. Yeah, I'm good.
NorCal Refrigeration, Merry Christmas, buddy. He is, what ride is he going to do? What's the ride through Mexico?
El Diablo.
He's going to do NorCal's going to do the El Diablo.
Really?
Yes.
Mate, I would love to do that. Have you seen some of the videos online for that?
No, but clearly you're Canadian and you live far enough from Mexico that you don't understand what riding down there is like. So that's why you want to do that.
Exactly. Yeah. And plus, I want pancreas cancer because that's probably what I get after riding that far. Well, it looks amazing. I can tell why he'd love to do it because if he's in NorCal, then clearly he's only around the corner ish. But yeah, I'd love to do that run, man. And some of the videos you see, I think it's Built Well that come up with it. I think it's one of those big companies that came up with the ride itself, and they sponsor the ride, and it looks absolutely fantastic, man. It really does.
So there you go. He did it in 2013. Go check out NorCal Refrigeration if you want to see his videos for that.
I'll check that out, man. Yeah, that looks so good.
I don't want to end up hanging from a bridge.
Yeah. Jesus.
So when the big white devil crosses the border, man, they come looking for you.
You're not going to blend in down there, you think?
Yeah, I think it's safe to say I'm not blending in. Maybe if I had a tan, it was 2 foot shorter, I might blend in, but I don't think I'm blending in.
Yeah, good advice from Dave Atwell. Ride.
Yeah, that's good advice. That's good advice.
Yeah. There you go. I do it in a purple shirt. Purple suit.
I watched the video. I watched the YouTube video on I don't know whose it was on that El Diablo run, and there was a big group of guys doing that, and they had bikes fall. I mean, now a lot of them were riding like homemade like choppers and bobbers and stuff, but their bikes were falling apart on them roads, and they had to stop and constantly do makeshift repairs and. Screw that, man.
I think most of them are drunk every day as well. But from what I've seen, it's literally just ride, get drunk, ride, get drunk, ride, get drunk.
Yeah.
So it's a constant just Jesus.
Yeah. It's Anonymous, I've lived in Jersey for I don't know how many years, and I have not been to Newark, so you don't have to worry about that.
You haven't been?
I'm not. What do I need to go to Newark for?
Oh, we got to go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure you got a great restaurant to go check out. I bet you do. No, thanks. I'm good.
I'll just put you in the car and just start driving. We'll be good.
Oh, so I can't even go. I don't have a home build, so we can't even go on this ride.
Home builds. Oh.
Austin can go.
Oh, man.
Yeah. You know. You have to take it. Fuck.
883 says downtown Patterson is beautiful.
Patterson. Oh, good Lord, man. Good Lord.
Boys, do you mind if I go and get? Do you mind if I go get a top up quickly?
No. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
In the words of Arnold, I'll be back.
We're gonna sit here and make fun of Austin a little bit.
Yeah. Go on in.
That's too much. Who else is in the side chat over there? Dave's here, man. Oh my God.
Used to go to Newport for airport delivery. Listen, I worked in Newark for the better part of 15 years, and it's definitely a city, no doubt. See, and 99 RU grads got it. He said, "Let's go to a Rodizio restaurant in the Ironbound," and that's really the Portuguese and the Brazilian food is really what it's about down there.
I'm good.
It's good stuff. Atwell wants to know if Austin's on the phone with PSENG. That may be the funniest thing Atwell's ever said.
There's probably a guy outside on a ladder that just cut his cable, and he's probably outside arguing with him. I don't know.
Excuse
me? Why is your wife getting freaky in here?
Because you've never had rodizio. It's a lot of meat.
Listen, I like to go to the Brazilian steakhouses.
What do you think that's what rodizio is?
I don't. How do I know that?
Badgers, how cold is it up there? It is. Today was pretty mild, but I feel like yesterday was in the 30s. Like we've had frost almost every morning.
What? Today was up to 50.
Was it in the 50? Was it up to 50?
Yeah, it hit 50 today. It's actually supposed to be 60 on Saturday. So what are we doing?
Ooh. Getting on the bike would be nice. He's got another banquet beer, by the way.
Oh, snap.
There it is.
So what's like the go-to beer in Canada? No, Austin, you're not allowed back on.
Better unmute myself first, eh?
Okay, yeah, unmute yourself.
So it's probably either Coors or PBR from what I've seen.
Really? No Molson Golden?
That's probably over the French side. Maybe. But, that's where all the white flags are over there.
Oh, hey there.
Oh, hey.
Welcome to the live stream. Could you say your name and introduce yourself, please?
So my name is Austin Rivera, and then
and I work for AT&T.
Work for that. I shot the PSENG guy.
Where'd you go?
What happened?
When I was plugging in those Christmas lights you guys see back there, the plug to the laptop fell off the strip.
I called it, man. I called it.
So,
oh my God.
You know those Macs have those humongous freaking heavy ass plugs, and it was hanging off the side, and I didn't see it going dead. So,
I called it.
I want you to know while you were gone, there were no, pay your electricity bill jokes. There was no,
yeah, bullshit. I heard it all.
There
was actually a lot of genuine concern. Most people were genuinely concerned that maybe something serious happened at the house.
Yep.
Somebody was so concerned they pulled out a Ma Bell joke.
A lot of prayers were said.
I'm sure. Like I said, I'm a PSENG guy. It's all good.
Highlight this one, Bert. 883 rider. He had to run an extension cord to the neighbors.
Nice.
Where did that go?
Winner. 883 rider.
I don't even see that one.
Oh, Jeannie, it's not your fault. Don't worry about it. It was just as bad.
Stupid Christmas lights. I found it.
Hey, it's tough times. They gotta have good neighbors.
Also
Austin
we heard was,
Griswold
hey, Scouts,
outside.
and he just disappeared.
What's that?
So all we heard was, hey, Scouts, and he just disappeared. And
I know, it went black. I was like, no.
Yeah. So, speaking of that, you had a question before you got cut off. What was it for Scouts? You had a question.
Do you think
you don't remember now?
I don't remember.
You can over whether or not he remembered that.
I don't even know. What time are you on? El Diablo took his power.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, talking about the devil and Jesus. Boom.
Anonymous, you don't know his neighborhood. They've all got extension cords running into each other's house over there.
Oh man.
Oh man. What are you saying? I live in a bad neighborhood? It's actually good. I'm sorry I don't live in the woods.
I thought you live in Chinatown. Is that not where you live?
Oh, no. Oh no!
Oh, where's my
Sorry,
game?
man. Sorry, man.
Oh,
We
no.
actually had asked everybody if they could send us super chat so we could pay for your electric bill.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, mate.
Oh, actually, the Wi-Fi was taken care of from that. So electric bill, yeah, help me out. What?
Nice. Jeez.
So you were recently, Klaus, you were over in Germany. Was that for work or was that for vacation?
Yeah, that was for work, mate. I say it was for work, but the weekends and every time I got a bit of downtime, it was almost like, "Whoo, I'm back in Germany. Let's go see this. Let's go see that." And it was, "Oh, let's drink this type of beer. Let's drink that type of beer." Because if you guys have ever been to Germany, you'll know that the German beer is phenomenal. I love German beer. It's probably, apart from this horrendousness, if I can't get hold of German beer, then there's something wrong, But it was for work, mate. Basically, we sent a couple of tanks over to another training unit, and I had to go and hand them over to the other guys over there. But it was just a 3-week journey, mate, there and back. So yeah, it was good.
Did you didn't get to do any riding while you were over there?
Nah, unfortunately not.
No.
It was. I did visit the 2 Harley Davidson garages closest to where I was, though. Got myself a T-shirt and a couple of poker chips and stuff. So yeah, that was a good thing.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite style of beer in Germany?
Oh, I'm going to say my favorite out of all the beers I've ever tasted in Germany is a beer called the Hofbrau. It's one of the oldest breweries in the world. I think we've talked about this before. It's one of the oldest breweries in the world, if not the oldest brewery in the world. I think it's one or two. It's either first or it's in the top 3 oldest breweries in the world. And it's based out of Munich. And this building, I think we started in like 1523 or something like that, making beers. And it's just, they've perfected it, perfected how to make a beer over hundreds of years. So for me, my greatest beer I've ever tasted is Hofbrau original. It's unbelievable. Pure, stunning, just amazing beer. And when you go into the Hofbrau house in Munich, you say, can I have a pint of whatever? And they literally bring the thing is about that big. I shit you not. I mean, for instance, that's a normal German Stein, double the width of it and double the size of it. It's huge. And
one beer that I used to have when I was out there a lot, because that's where we used to station out of. I think it was 1865 or 1863, one of those. Oh man, I used to go crazy on those.
Mate, Germany's amazing for beer. You know what they're like. The Germans love the beer as we do. And they've managed to, in my opinion, to perfect beer, and it is the best beer in the world for me by far.
I just can't do the warm beer. I can't. It's good beer. I just can't do it warm. Yeah,
especially at Oktoberfest and stuff like that, because the girls are literally just going into a thing and then walking around with it. It's I mean, Oktoberfest is something else. That is just Oktoberfest in Munich is unbelievable. Unbelievable.
1868, there it is. Thanks, brother.
1868, Jesus. Wow.
That's good stuff.
What else did I think it was either the Hof. I couldn't get hold of the Hofbrau where I was because it's a Bavarian beer. So I had to, I think it was Löwenbräu. I had to start drinking Löwenbräu, and that's again amazing. But for instance, I think you guys see my Instagram with a crate of 24 bottles of beer like that size. Cost me €18, which is $30.
Yeah,
maybe Canadian dollars, and a crate, and just for 3 weeks. It's just crazy, absolutely crazy. But yeah, it was brilliant, man. I'm so glad I got back. I got to go back and see how things was. And a place where I spent 18 years is now shut down. So I went back to there and sort of see my old house and my first ever house with the wife and the kid. It was quite emotional, if I'm honest. But it was so glad, so good. It felt so good to go back and just see how things are. And I love Germany, man. I spent more time in Germany than I did in the UK. So
wow,
it's crazy.
How much is a quid in like American?
So a quid is a pound. So you're talking more or less the same, really.
Okay.
Yeah, and obviously 2 quid is £2 and so on and so forth. It depends on the exchange rate, mate. But I think they're more or less the same-ish.
My real question is, why do they call it a quid?
Yeah,
that is a good question. I don't even know the answer. I don't know the answer to that.
Because yeah.
I'm going to Google that.
On YouTube, people call it a quid, and I don't understand. Like, I couldn't figure out like where that came from.
I'm going to Google it right now.
I mean, why do they call them a scouse?
Yeah.
The hell knows.
I'll tell you the story. Why in a sec? Hang on, I'll tell you why. Called a quid.
Oh.
My phone almost died, but like Austin, I plugged it in.
Dave's a smart dude.
I love that dude.
that's a good question, Dave. That's a very good question.
Why do we call it a buck? Yeah.
I'm sure it's something stemming back to the old days. The old days. I don't know, man. That's a good question. Google that, Dave, and then fill us in.
Dave here says, how would he know? He's more German. He's more German than British.
Yeah, danke.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, what's going on here?
I'll tell you, I've got it up. I've got it up, and I've got it on the phone as well.
Whoa.
Excuse me. Whoa. Excuse me. Back it up, bro. Back it up.
That's why I said I got it on the phone as well. Told you I completed Pornhub. So it says originally answered, why is quid slang for a pound? And apparently it comes from the phrase quid pro quo, implying to give and take nature of the currency. It is from the Latin quid pro quo, which means something for something.
We know all about American politics. We have to start talking about that now.
Uh-oh. Just talking about that. I'd like to know why a book's called a book, though. That's quite interesting.
Yeah. So you Manchester United?
I got that up right here. It says, buck is an informal reference to a dollar that may trace its origins to the American colonial period when deer skins or buckskins were commonly traded for goods. The buck also refers to the U.S. dollar as currency that can be used both domestically and internationally.
There you go.
So, like I said, it stems back to trading and buckskins and deer skins.
The Native American days.
Wow. To answer your question, George, no, mate, I don't support Man United. And if I could swear right now, I would swear a lot.
Look at him, his blood pressure is like through the roof now. Did you see that? It's just like...
that's like calling a Scotsman an Englishman.
Oh,
there's a difference. What?
Oh. Look, I'm not angry. I pulled my headphones out. Look. I can't even put it in. That's what she said. Anyway, so yeah, if you call a Scotsman an Englishman, man, that's really, really bad. Really bad.
Oh, that's funny.
Dave Atwell says, meanwhile, in Canada, they have loonies and toonies, and that is very true.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
they have loonies and toonies.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. What's a loony and a toonie?
A loony is I think it's like a silver dollar in Canada, right? Is that a loony?
It's a gold dollar. Yeah, it looks gold, but it's not gold, obviously, because they're tight asses. But a loony is $1, and a toonie is $2.
So, but a loon is actually a bird, which is like the national Canadian bird, and a toonie is absolutely nothing. They just ran out of stuff, and we're like, we have two birds now.
Ah, that's a good point. So there is actually a bird on the back of the $1. So maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, it's a loon. Yeah. All right, you're Canadian. You're a citizen, right? We got that.
Yeah, I only had to answer 25 questions, and that wasn't one of them. A loon in the UK means something completely different. A loon where I'm from is a mental patient.
Yeah,
a loon as in a lunatic. Yeah, that's what.
Same here.
Yeah. What's he saying now? Clearly, the Scots are much more sophisticated than the English. Clearly. Clearly anonymous. That's why they were ruled by us for many, many, many years.
Yeah, so were we. That didn't work out for you, buddy.
No, it didn't, mate. No. To be honest, that's what happens when you get the French involved.
The French.
Look at the mess they made of that.
And what's a fanny, Scouse? It's coming from Dave, so I know it's good.
Dave clearly knows
Scrouse?
What's a what?
A scrouse.
Scrouse.
Oh,
If Dave is asking that question, he clearly knows what it means. So I'm going to say this quite low because the wee man's next door. So a fanny in the UK means vagina.
Oh.
Yeah. So when you guys say, hey, check out my new fanny pack, I'm like, no. No.
George has a fanny pack.
I knew it was coming.
Oh my
He
God.
wears it with his Crocs.
Yeah. Listen, God bless
See,
God.
Anonymous knows. He says it's lady parts. That's a posh way of saying, yeah. That's what it means. Yeah, we've got some weird stuff we say, man. Extremely weird. But yeah, so Dave clearly knows. He's obviously met a British RAF guy or a British soldier before, and he knows the score. Yeah, see,
Dave wants to be British.
does he?
Yeah.
4 years in New Market.
Does he have teeth like a graveyard?
I don't know. I don't think
No,
so.
he can't be British then. If he's got nice teeth, he can't.
I don't know
This
if they're
can be
nice.
really called America Junior. I have no idea.
It's what? Crocs and a fanny pack. Ugh.
So
get-
here's one. Marmite, yes or no?
No. No.
Look at Austin.
Hell no.
Meanwhile, Bert's like, "What's Marmite?"
Oh man, that's horrible.
No.
They gave it to me on breakfast toast, and I was like, "What the hell is this?"
What
Yeah.
kind of self-respecting Brit are you if you don't like Marmite? I mean, I thought that was like the peanut butter of Britain.
No, mate, I'm not English. I'm a Scouser. We don't eat that shit.
Oh man.
We stopped being English in the 1980s when there was all sorts of shit going on in the UK. That's it. Yeah. Marmite is the devil's juice. It's horrible. Horrible.
It is.
So what is it actually? It's like vegetable byproduct, right? It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's basically English scrapple.
Yeah. Basically, it's like, I think the Australians call it Vegemite. I think it's just
They do call it Vegemite, yeah.
it's
Foul.
horrible, man.
It's straight up foul.
It is. Yeah. It's like tar from a road. That's what it's horrible.
Oh, bangers and mash, though, that's good stuff.
Bangers and mash,
Sounds
man.
great.
Yeah, bangers and mash is sausage and mash or toad in a hole. Yeah, that's what that is.
Put in a hole.
Toad,
I'm sorry,
toad in,
what?
oh, toad in the hole.
Oh
That
my.
is funny.
But if you type that into Pornhub, you get something completely different.
Yeah,
I'm not typing that anywhere. Not typing that.
No, don't type that.
That's too much.
Dude,
Especially not into the Urban Dictionary. You don't want to go on that website.
That was pretty funny. I'm reading a comment from David Atwell, but then underneath it's a comment from Dave's here, man. I'm like, what the heck's just going on? Hey,
I think
Dave, man, how you doing?
Dave's here, man. That's a good name. Jesus. So what you call sausage and mash in the US? Sausage and mash.
It's bangers and mash. I mean, it's you can go to an Irish pub and
We
have
don't eat that combination of food in the U.S.
That too.
Shocking.
So when we have it, we know that we're having bangers and mash, and it's like not American, so we call it bangers and mash.
Right.
Yeah.
What about fish and chips? Is that the same scenario?
Fish and chips is the same scenario. Yeah.
Yep.
But you guys call chips crisps, don't you?
Fries,
Fries.
Fries.
French
Fries.
fries.
Yeah.
We used to call them French fries, but we don't call them French fries anymore. They're just fries.
So what you call
Or
chips?
freedom fries.
Potato
So-
chips.
Chips?
But
Chips.
potato chips are chips.
Crisps.
Chips.
Well,
Crisps.
you call them crisps. We call them chips.
Oh my god. Fish and crisps.
Well, no, fish and chips is basically fish and fries.
So it is called fish and chips.
Yes, but
And
we
it does have
fries chips usually. Yeah.
Oh, boys, yeah, I'll tell you what. Oh my god! Right, one day, I promise you this now. I'll take you all over to Liverpool and we'll have a proper bag of fish and chips.
Watch the Manchester United.
No. No. Well, yeah.
We're obviously going to watch Liverpool.
What we'll do is we'll go to the match. We'll watch Liverpool versus Man United. Watch Liverpool beat them, destroy them, make them look awful. As we always do.
The Spurs.
I have a better idea. We'll do this. We'll do this when the NFL plays in the UK, and we'll watch real football.
That's London, though. That's not part of England. That's not no.
That's not part of England.
Not in my eyes. That's the south of England. Mate, if you go to a chippy in the southern part of England, you can ask for faggots. So let's not go there. It's bad.
So
I swear to God.
So Dave has a serious question. What kind of fish are most popular with the Brits?
Oh,
sole, right?
Yeah, or haddock.
Haddock, yeah.
Yo,
fish fingers. Fish fingers, man.
Did you say fish fingers?
Fish fingers?
Yeah.
That's not a type of fish.
It's got fish in it.
That's a fish stick, isn't it?
Nah, fish fingers. Fish in the UK have fingers.
There you go.
I'm telling you. Fish fingers, chips, actual chips, and mushy peas.
Mushy peas.
Mushy peas.
You say
and
mushy peas?
Mushy peas. Yeah.
Mushy peas? What is
mushy
that?
Peas? Oh my good Lord. Right, that's it.
Good. That's good.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to get my mum to send us over a care package full of mushy peas and fucking pork scratchings.
I was about to say,
listen. We've been waiting for pork scratchings for about 8 months now, bro.
They're sold out. You can't get them because of coronavirus.
My mailbox every day.
Blame Corona.
Mate, let me put this into perspective. Over here, the toilet roll goes when you talk about COVID. In the UK, pork scratchings go missing, and in the toilet roll aisle is the next one that goes missing. So you can't get them. You can't get them.
So you can wipe your butt with pork scratchings?
But you can try, but you'll end up like with an asshole like a Japanese flag.
Oh
my God.
Just saying.
Experience, apparently.
Well, that was a bet many years ago in the mess, but that's a different story.
Fish sticks.
What food do you miss the most from home then?
Fish and chips, proper fish and chips.
And what are proper fish and chips?
Well, it's fish, obviously, with in batter and all, like you normally get. But proper chips, like thick cut chips with salt and vinegar on. That's in newspaper wrappers. Proper fish and chips.
No mayonnaise? You don't use mayonnaise on them?
Mayonnaise?
And
on
that's
fish and chips?
Too.
No tartar sauce?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, mayonnaise.
Nah.
So where is that? Germany does that mayonnaise?
Yeah. So Germany. So yeah, literally, when I landed in Germany, we landed in Frankfurt. So I went to landed in Frankfurt. We were in the Frankfurt hotel for about 10 minutes before I called a taxi, and I was in downtown Frankfurt having a massive beer, and I had currywurst and chips, or currywurst mit Pommes und Mayo, as they say over there. The massive blob of mayonnaise on top of the chips. Yeah, so that's Germany does the mayo. Amazing.
Yes, that's awesome. I love the mayo.
It's amazing, man. Amazing. But yeah. But Dave, you put malt vinegar on everything in the UK. That's true, Dave. Yeah, malt vinegar on your fish and chips.
Yep.
Tastes
malt
amazing.
Vinegar on your. You like that malt vinegar?
Oh, mate, don't knock it till you've tried it on fish and chips. It's amazing.
I'm not knocking it. I'm just curious. I'm just very.
Yeah, it's good.
Malt vinegar curious.
Yeah, definitely. Next time you go to get fish and chips, try it with malt vinegar and salt. Amazing.
So when I go to Epcot at Disney and I get to the UK, I'm going to try that.
Look at him.
What? That's the closest I'm getting to the UK anytime soon, bro.
There's what?
You ever been to Disney World?
I remember with the Epcot Center when I was like 12. I remember the Epcot Center.
You got
Is that like the big massive golf ball?
Yes, the big golf ball.
Yeah, the golf ball.
Yeah.
Next time we go to the Irish pub.
So they have the countries. It's around the world. It's a country.
Yeah.
So they got the UK there, and they just serve the British food. So when I go there, I'll make sure I get the malt vinegar.
Fish and chips with salt and vinegar on. Yeah.
It's cheaper than flying to England, bro. I'm just saying.
Well, probably, mate. Well, maybe not actually nowadays. It's probably cheaper to fly to England to go to Disney. Jesus.
It might be cheaper to go to the UK, but
probably is. Especially after we get out of the EU, the Brexit and all that crap. So yeah, it'll be cheaper then. But that's another story.
Oh, that's funny. Dave's gotta go to bed.
Epcot is legit. Proper. See, Anonymous knows. Proper fish and chips.
Yeah.
Good night, Dave.
See you, Dave.
Buddy.
He lives in the land of like gumbo and etouffee. He knows zero about fish and chips. I guarantee it.
Who's that?
Anonymous.
Anonymous?
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
There's no fish and chips down there, man.
Dave, I hope to meet you one day, mate, as well. Take it easy up in Alaska, mate. All the best for your retirement, buddy. Take it easy.
That dude right there that's a good dude. That's a good dude. Missed the hell.
If you're going to Sturgis 2021, you can meet Dave because he will definitely be there.
Happy days, man. Me and Dave will get absolutely legless and destroy the place.
You say legless?
Legless. Legless. Yeah.
I guess
legless or Legolas, like from.
No, not like fucking Lord of the Rings stuff.
Okay, so legless.
Legless. Well, that's what happens to your legs, isn't it? When you get drunk, when you get super drunk, your legs stop working.
Is this real slang, or did you just make this up just now?
No, that's real Scouse slang right there.
Okay.
Legless.
Trying to learn the language, man.
Oh man.
I'm sure Austin's been legless a few times.
Yeah.
And George. And all of you, to be fair.
When you wake up in the middle of the red light district and on the stairs, you know where I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
And you're like, oh,
me mate told me about the red light district.
Why? How the hell did I end up in the floor?
What's this rubber fist?
Legless Baggers and Brews Christmas party.
What's that?
What was that?
I said Austin will be legless at the Baggers and Brews Christmas party coming up here soon.
That could be true.
I hope you're doing a virtual Christmas party and not, getting together and stuff.
Oh no, we're getting together, all right? With a whole bunch of people. We're inviting people we don't even like.
I haven't received that invitation yet.
They won't even let you across the border.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah.
What's he saying? Notice you can't see Scout's other hand. He has his fleshlight under the table. I do actually. Yeah. It's called Anonymous.
Oh man.
So, listen, man, I give you credit. Running this YouTube channel, you've got, ton of lives you've done, and then you take this YouTube channel and flip it upside down, change the name of it, add a whole new avenue of content to it, which is something that, I think scares the hell out of a lot of creators. And we were just talking with somebody else about possibly changing the name of their YouTube channel. And not only have you done it, but you've done it for the better.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I appreciate that, mate.
It's the views are up, the subs are up.
Yeah.
And that's awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate that, mate. I honestly do. Yeah. Cheers, boys. I like we said before, I ummed and ahed about should I, shouldn't I? And I thought, what, life's too short to mess around. Just do it and see what happens, And a lot of guys said, no, don't do it. Keep it as Scouse, blah, blah, blah. But I think doing it as the gains have been quite, has been huge. So I'm more than happy with the decision. So yeah, man, it's been worth it. It's been the plunge has been worth it, as we say.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I think it's a much better idea to do that than start a second channel.
Yeah.
Or have that second channel. I can't see how somebody could even manage a second channel.
Yeah.
I think that's very, very cool.
Changing my name to Scouse is my bitch.
You'll probably get more subs too.
Yeah, probably. Oh, anonymous, mate. Jeez Louise.
How many subs does Scouts or does Anonymous have these days? Anybody know?
3.
He said
Just 3. Just 3.
That's all he's got.
Oh,
And that's you 3. I unsubbed him last night, so he used to be 4, but now he's 3.
That's so wrong. Well, that's more than the watch hours that he has.
That's true. Yeah. all jokes aside, all jokes aside, man. Anonymous is a great guy. He really is. And we shoot the shit all the time. We do.
Well, I got to tell you, and I'm not letting this one go. We wouldn't know that he's a great guy because he was just in Jersey, and I think he visited every motor vlogger but us, man.
That's bad.
He's on the naughty list.
Oh, now he's got no subscribers.
He's on the naughty list.
That's really.
He's got some hurt feelings over here in the Pine Barrens. I'll tell you that right now.
I'm telling you, he was like, "I'm not going to the Pine Barrens." No.
Anonymous. Slap your hand.
Oh, here we go. Let's hear the story.
Here we go.
You're like 5 miles from the border at all places you can. So we don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear it.
883 Rider says he got his GoPro Hero 7 yesterday. And let me tell you, we have 3 GoPro 7s that we shoot with.
Mm-hmm.
Hero 7s, and we love them. Things are they're pretty bulletproof unless you let Austin put one on his bike. And then he will break it for sure.
Well, it breaks with the bike.
Hey, you've not got your laptop attached to that bike, have you? You've not got your laptop attached to that bike.
Yeah.
No, you're right, man. That's what I use. I use the GoPro 7s, man. They're brilliant. Like you say, mate, they're warproof.
Yeah.
And the lads that go to Afghanistan, Iraq, they all had 7s and they all came back no problem at all. That's what we use when we go out on patrol is the 7s.
Yeah, so I mean it's
put them on my bike.
Yeah.
It's a good camera. And if this is your first GoPro 7, man, you can really make that thing look pretty good.
Yep.
So it doesn't have to look like a GoPro.
Yeah, man.
The weather is good over the Christmas holidays. I'll find you, Carrie. Oh, he's coming back. He must be coming back to Philly for Christmas.
Oh, Ben must have invited him to Christmas.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's
My bad. We don't have 30,000 subs, so we can't hang out with Anonymous.
All right. I know what you mean now.
Poor Anonymous. He's getting his beating back here. How'd that happen?
He is. He's getting a beating, isn't he? He'll come back with something, though. Watch.
Which is funny. It's the 4 of us who beat him up usually. So to have us on the same live stream is
that's quite a rarity.
So speaking of Christmas, what do you do for Christmas there, Steve?
So normally we freeze ourselves to death, mate. But I'm going to tell the wife she can put the heating on this year, so it's all good. Literally, I've got 3 weeks of just drinking myself into oblivion because I can't go out, I can't ride the bike, we can't go anywhere. Normally, at this time of year, we go, we go and rent a log cabin in the Rockies somewhere and sit by the fire, a hot tub on the deck and all that sort of stuff. But with COVID and stuff going on, mate, sorry I said it, the dreaded, all that's going on this year, to quote George before, it's tough, mate. And we would go skiing, or I'd go snowboarding, they'd go skiing. But again, it's too risky, mate, to be honest, because my missus has got asthma, and if she gets that, she's pretty much screwed. So we've got to be careful.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'd normally go away, mate, for New Year. I mean, I think out of the last 5 years, this will be the only year where we've never gone away to Banff or to the Rockies and spent New Year's, Christmas, and whatever up there. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be a bit weird, a bit boring, but we'll make it work, mate, because we have to.
Yeah. So, not being from Canada, you don't have any family then in Canada, right?
No, mine and the missus, because she's from Liverpool as well. All our family's back in the UK.
Okay.
Yeah. So unfortunately, when we argue, I've got nowhere to go. You know what I mean? So I have to live in the basement like a hermit, which is more or less every week. But anyway, that's a different story.
That feels like me.
Jeez. Yeah. So all our family's back in the UK, mate. But we keep in touch and we do Skype and video calls and stuff like that. So it is what it is, mate. You've got to make a better life for your own family than not worry about everybody else.
Yeah. Do you have? I assume you have like close friends or whatever that you serve with or you work with.
Yeah. We've got to, but again, there's new restrictions in Alberta now. We can't mix with anybody else. We can't mix with any other households. We can't see other people. We can't mix outside or inside. So, and that's for the next 4 weeks.
So you guys are following those rules, huh?
Yeah. We have to, mate. It's $1,000 fine for getting captured outside without a mask on, and it's crazy.
Captured? Don't get captured.
Captured, man. I don't get.
Don't get. How long have you been in the military? You don't get captured.
I don't get captured. I just run them over.
All you have to do is outrun your wife.
Yeah, that's tough, mate. When there's only like one staircase, and 9 times out of 10 she pushes me down, the bastard. So.
Oh my goodness.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
We have rules here too, but we just ignore them.
Oh,
we're the
rebels.
We're the scumbags that are causing the whole outbreak. We're partying it up without our masks on and all that good jazz.
Good lads. Rebels the way to go, man. Rebels the way to go. Unfortunately, I'm still.
We're rebels. You should know that we're rebels.
I know that. Unfortunately, for the next 14 months, I'm still under sort of military law, so I can't really break any of them because they'll have my ass, and I'll be in jail quicker than you can say Father Christmas. But yeah, it sucks.
What?
14 more months, man, and in 2 years' time, I'm going to look like Bert next door, full-on beard.
Yes.
Cannot wait.
George has been growing his for 6 months. Look at it. That's luscious.
Yep.
That's good, man. That's a good effort for 6 months, that, mate.
Nice. Looking at your face, this will probably be you after about a year and a half.
Yeah. I think Scouse grows a mean beard.
Yeah, but normally I do. When I'm on leave, I get a 3-week growth, and it's a nightmare getting it off. It really is. Oh, I have to use the scissors and everything. It's horrendous.
Scissors.
Honestly, I look like Caitlyn Jenner after he's not shaved for 3 months.
That's great.
Yeah.
What the heck?
I lost 26 subs. No, you never. Has he? Oh, has he really? Have you really? Scouse trims is George Michael, a proper beard. Yeah. I also visit toilets outside of London.
So Scouse asked us earlier on here, like a few minutes ago, he asked how far we were from Pocono Harley Davidson. And that's what I was trying to do on the side over here to figure it out.
You mean anonymous?
Anonymous, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I can't be that drunk already. I don't remember saying that.
No, that's me. I'm that drunk. Yeah, anonymous asked. And so looking at it on the map, we're about 100 miles away. So we're about slightly over 2 hours away, which is nothing.
That's nothing for you boys, eh?
It's not nothing for those of us that have bike networks.
Yeah, when I go up to
Austin, how much is that in a taxi, bud?
Yo, it's like he's got them written down over there. It's like he's
yelled at.
down.
Oh, that's great.
Sorry, man.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
So yeah. So I'll be looking for that message from Anonymous over the Christmas holiday.
No.
And if we get past New Year's and all of a sudden a video comes out where he's hanging out with John Bednarz for Christmas, there's going to be a problem.
Baggers and Bruisers are coming your way.
Thanks, wife. You can't.
He's gonna fall right out of that chair.
Hello, wife.
She says hello, guys.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Scouse. Oh, here we go. Yeah, we know you did.
Who's Joe H.N.?
That's not that far from us, right? Oh my gosh.
Oh, Nazareth. So that means you were up in his little speed shop, huh?
Didn't you watch the video?
In Nazareth? How far was that in a taxi to Jerusalem? Like, but Jesus Christ, that wasn't.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's a bit of a.
That's
Anonymous is from Israel. You know that?
Yeah, that's why he covers his face. Oh no, that's not them. That's next door, isn't it?
Oh boy.
Woo!
That's funny.
Let's not go down that
We
road.
had 2 hours, boys. We're at 2 hours right now.
Yeah.
Wow. It's been fun.
Yeah, it's been a good
It
time.
has been fun, man. We really we enjoy your live streams. That's why we wanted to have you on, because we know you have a good time, man. And this has been a really good time. It's been a lot of laughs.
Cheers, man.
We appreciate you coming on.
I feel like this is one of those dates where she says, "Oh, thanks for coming round, but yeah, I'll give you a call later." Is that what's going on right now?
No, that's exactly what this is.
Oh, I don't know. So when you're going to be doing live streams, do you have a set schedule? Are you doing them regularly, or what are you doing with your live streams?
Mate, I honestly don't have it. Normally I do it, as you guys remember, on a Friday night, sort of 7, 8-ish o'clock my time, which is about 9, 10 o'clock your time. But I don't know, mate. I'll honestly say it's when I've got nothing else to do. We're not going out, with the family, which clearly I can't do, or we're not got any family time going on, mate. Then I'll come on for a couple of hours. I'll have a good time. It's normally, as you've seen, probably about a day's notice. Sometimes it's like 2 days notice, but it's just whenever, mate. I don't have a set schedule like you guys do this. Once a month. I don't. It's just whenever. Whenever I'm feeling sort of right. Let's do a live stream. But it'll always be a Friday night. So, because that's the only slot available, really, with everybody else doing all their sort of stuff. So, yeah.
So you say you come on for a couple hours and stuff like that. You come on for a couple hours and stuff like that, but we all know that you just don't come on for a couple hours. So
no,
my
mate.
here has a record for the longest live stream I've ever heard of or seen. How long was that live stream?
14 hours, I think it was.
14-hour live stream. What in the heck could you have talked about for 14 hours?
Mate, you know what? Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know, but we were extremely. I had an 8-day hangover after the 14-hour live stream.
Good stuff.
It was amazing. We just kept going and going and going. And what happened was, the funny thing is, I started it at 8 o'clock my time. So that you guys were all, the States and Canada were all awake. Those guys in the UK were all in bed. So what would happen was, all the guys from the States would start dropping off one by one, and in Canada, and then the guys in the UK would start coming on one by one. So it just kept going and going and going. But what happened was, the lads that went to bed in the States and Canada all were asleep for 8, 9 hours, and then came back on after they'd been asleep. And oh my God, I was nearly divorced, and I had an 8-day hangover. It was horrendous. It was
good stuff, brother. Good stuff. If you guys haven't checked out one of his live streams, definitely subscribe to him and Check it out. It's a good time.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. That's,
when you do your lives, you normally just hop on and then you just invite people on, right? Like you don't have usually like a set guest or whatever.
No, not at all, mate. I mean, literally just, if you want to come on, like I said before, it's like a pub. I try to run it like a pub, where we all just come in and have a pint and just chat shit for the week that you've had. You can come and whinge at me about anything you want, talk about anything you want, talk about the problems you're having, and and I think Jonesy said it to me once. He said he literally just lost his best mate, his father-in-law, Jonesy's rides. His father-in-law died like that week, and he said afterwards, after the live stream, he said, "You know what, mate?" He said, "After being on your live stream, I needed that sort of outlet of talking to someone." And he said, "I had such a good time, and it put me in a hell of a lot more better mood than I was in beforehand." And that's what it's all about, man. And it's just chatting, get a bunch of guys talking about bikes, having a beer, and having a good time. And I'm glad when Jonesy said that to me, I thought, right, this actually means something to somebody. Let's keep it going, sort of thing. So that's why I do it, mate. And it's not about the views. It's not about anything like that. For me, it's about having a good time and talking to guys that I can't see personally, and face to face. Yeah, having a good laugh, So
yeah. These live streams are actually the only way I get to see George, so it's good for me too to get on here and hang out with my buddy George.
Yeah,
good, man.
It's been.
I mean, we only live like 6 miles apart, but he's not.
I've had a rough run of it coming into the holidays. It's been a rough run.
Wow. I can feel a bit of hostility going on here, boys. What's going on?
We're good. Yeah. It's tough working in healthcare sometimes. It's tough.
Then he tries to bring his COVID around. He tries to bring that with him when he comes to hang out, and so we gotta make him sit outside and just stare at us through the window.
See there it is.
You said it, man. You said it. You said the C word.
COVID. Whatever.
Not that one. The other one. Jesus.
That's my nickname for George.
It's funny that that's my nickname for Anonymous as well. Actually, that C word.
That's true. It's very true. All right. I need George to be editing. He needs to be in his little room. He needs to be breaking down the footage, making me look good. So that's where he is.
Let me ask you a question, because obviously you guys have been asking me questions all night long. Let me ask you one.
Let's go.
Since you guys started doing the Baggers and Brews channel, how much have you enjoyed doing what you do? And I know, obviously, George, you do the editing side of life, mate, and obviously it is a pain in the ass, because I know it is. But how from start to now, would you have thought that it would have got that popular with the guys around the world, or not? Would you've clearly enjoyed doing what you do,
I never saw us coming like to where we're at now, and it's like we had a spurt and we grew real quick around Bring It Home, and then we kind of grinded out. It seemed like we kind of grinded out to that 1,000 sub mark over the next 8 or 9 months, and then once we got to Sturgis, we had like this growth spurt that was really something else. I mean, I thought maybe by the end of this year that we'd be at maybe 1,500 subs, and by the end of this year we're probably going to be at 2,300 subs.
Wow!
So it's I never expected the the response. I mean, I don't know how these guys felt, but not the response that we've gotten. And since we've hit like 2K, I think it's really kind of changed the channel for us, because now there really is an audience.
Yeah.
And you're talking to that little black box of a GoPro. It used to be you had 100 people following you, you had 200 people following you, and it's kind of tough to wrap your head around. But now they're now there's an
actual audience looking back at you. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. So
You guys have a great time doing what you're doing, though. I must have looking as a viewer looking back. It looks amazing what you're tight.
So George brought this idea up of doing this thing, man. Like in my head, I'm like, you're crazy. It's not my thing. I don't want to do it. I don't like being on camera. I don't like having to talk to a camera. I don't like public speaking. But I knew why he wanted to do it, and it had to do with capturing the whole bring it home thing and whatnot, the bring it home ride.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, sure, let's do it. I knew like he was pretty much taking on the burden of actually really doing this thing, like with the editing. The editing is really the biggest deal, right? So I knew like it was going to be on him. He was taking that burden on. So okay, if you want to, sure, fine, let's do it. But it's actually, it's become, we've always had like three of us, and this is why this whole thing started, was because we have a great time hanging out together, riding bikes, doing the stuff that we do.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point of it, was, just sharing our little piece of the world, our adventures with everybody else, because we have a blast. So we're like, let's share the fun that we have with everybody else. And again, like, I knew that George was going to be the one taking on the burden. So I'm like, okay, let's do this. But it's gotten easier, although it's still not really natural, to be on camera and to be doing that stuff. It's definitely gotten easier. We're still growing in the sense that we still forget to do things that we set out to do. Like when we know that we're going on a day to go record and to make a video, we still get caught up in the fact that we're hanging out and we're having fun, and we still forget to do things that we wanted to capture, or talk about as part of the video, because when we're hanging out, it always turns into fun, and it always turns into hanging out and having a good time.
Not surprised, but you're going out. All of you are going out with your mates to have a good time, to drink some beer and make. It doesn't surprise me. That's the way the way it goes.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, to go back to your question, George does all the work, man. We go out together, have a good time, record as much of it as we can, try to talk to the camera, try to talk to the people. We understand now that we do have a following of, loyal subscribers that watch all our stuff. So we're trying to interact with them through the camera, and we're trying to not forget to do that, although it gets hard.
It does.
But
and it's tough to talk to the camera.
It's not natural. It's really not natural, I mean, none of us are actors. We're not used to being in front of the camera, so it's definitely awkward. But yeah, I can honestly say that we wouldn't have this channel. We wouldn't have half of these subs. We wouldn't even have. We would have the tiniest fraction if it wasn't for the editing that George does. George does, and I mean, self-taught. Kudos to George. Self-taught. Nothing formal or whatever, of the editing, the job that he does editing, making these videos interesting and fun for everybody to watch. So definitely love what he's doing and totally appreciate what he's doing. And it's not a paid gig. He's got a real job that he has to turn in a lot of hours on. And do this on the side, and still has a wife that he has to spend time with and do things, so it's not easy, and I mean, it's not for all of us, putting the time in to make the videos can get a little stressful. We all have families, we all have wives or girlfriends and things, responsibilities. So it's not easy, man, but I give all the credit to George for making these videos happen, man, because he does a really good job with them, and he has a vision that I don't have. When we're filming most of the time we go out to hang out or do these videos or film these videos, like, I'm just being me. I'm just being stupid. I'm being retarded. I'm giving him all this footage that is probably a cluster to go back and watch and try to figure out what to do with. But 9 times out of 10, George kind of already has an idea what he wants to do just from the day or whatever we did. And turns them into, I'm biased, but I think they're really good stuff. So fun to watch. And I've watched a lot of stuff on YouTube over the last 2 years since we kind of got involved in this, other people's stuff. And I think our stuff's pretty good, man. I think the videos, the editing that George does is really good.
To quote my regimental motto,
so,
I agree. To quote my regimental motto, I would say that George's editing is second to none.
Oh, thank you.
I'd say that. And you guys know, you guys are up there with my top 5, top 3 favorite channels to watch, and it's not just down to George's editing. You tell a story. I mean, don't get me wrong, George's editing is fantastic, and it's part of the story that's told by George's editing. But it's not. But if it wasn't for all of you knocking off each other or bouncing off each other, you wouldn't have what you have now.
That is true.
That's true.
I agree. I agree. We have a good chemistry, and that just comes from us. This whole thing started because we hung out anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're friends to begin with. We have a good chemistry. We have a good time together. So it stems from that. We're not just 3 random people that you try to throw in, to make videos. Like we're not just randomly there. We hang out because we like each other. We enjoy each other. We get a good time. So I think it shows. I mean, most people say it shows. So as long as people enjoy watching this crap, we'll just keep doing it.
It's 3 mates having a good time on camera. That's what what it looks like. 3 really good mates having a good time and showing the world.
It is, and YouTube. I mean, anybody who does YouTube knows YouTube is a very tough platform, and people have an attention span of about 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yep.
Especially anonymous.
Maybe even less. So it's like for people who are starting out, I mean, like these guys will tell you that the music is important. If you want to get your subs, get your music. This guy doesn't stop, man.
Oh, he's relentless, man.
He is relentless tonight.
He is.
He always is.
But,
me and him should start our own live streams. Jesus.
Oof.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh man.
Wow.
That is.
I know what I'm doing.
What are you taking?
What are you doing?
I'm taking the Voodoo Ranger Imperial IPA.
Let me tell you, that's not a bad choice.
Staple. Okay.
Peace out, buddy. I'm gone.
Does it have to be beer?
Well,
good question.
Yeah. Based on the question, yes.
All right.
Nobody else has an answer, huh?
No, I guess there's so many new beers. Like we tried a new Ex Machina double dry hopped IPA. This, just not long ago, there's fantastic, and this one I'm having tonight is really good. So it's hard to say one beer.
I'd definitely say the Hofbrau original. I would have to say if you're gonna throw me in a wooden box and bury me 6 foot under, at least let me have a Hofbrau original before I go. That's what I'd say.
Yeah.
Definitely. And if you come at me with a Coors Light or a Coors Banquet, I'm going to stab you.
Proud you, but I'd probably take Guinness.
Guinness?
No.
What?
Yeah, I would probably just take Guinness. Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, he's upset.
I'm sorry.
Guinness. Wow. Oh, well.
Hey,
Scotty, it's right across the river.
Oh. Mate, my family's from Ireland, and being a Scouser, that's where most of the Irish people end up is in Liverpool. But yeah, I mean, when did I go to Dublin? I think it was I'm going to say 2001. I went to Dublin, and I drunk Guinness from start to finish, making a whole weekend. And Jesus Christ. We were talking about an 8-day hangover before. After that, I must have had a 14-day hangover after all the Guinness I drank in bloody Dublin. It was amazing.
Guinness. I like Guinness. I don't know if it's going to the life raft with me, bro.
Yeah. If you're taking Guinness in a life raft, it's going to sink.
Yeah,
that's
it's heavy. It's heavy.
George, you have to decide between Guinness and your Crocs. Which one's going with you in the life raft?
And your fanny bag.
Oh man,
I can
the
probably
struggle is real. Oh
my
man, those are your hunting Crocs, huh?
They are. They are.
What you holding up there? I can't see them.
You can't see that, Scout. So
No, I can't see that, mate. What have you got there?
Those are his
What is
hunting
it?
Crocs.
I can't see nothing.
You can't
That's
see
the-
that?
I can only see George's half of his head. There's something in between.
Oh, it's
Oh, it's so wrong.
Austin just got it.
I just got it.
Oh, it's so
Well,
wrong.
he's on Puerto Rican time over there.
Yeah. Can I get that?
It's camouflage, man. I can't see camouflage.
Wow.
Fireball. Jesus, fireball. Woo.
Yeah. God bless him. Antifreeze.
There you go. Cause the camo. There you go.
My wife.
We got you, Stacy. We got you. We're a little slow.
Jesus.
It's late.
She loved these shoes.
Do you know what you should do for your ride next year, boys?
What's
you should
that?
ride up. You know what you should do for your ride next year?
What's
Ride
that?
ride to Alberta and come and stay with me, and we'll go hit the Rockies.
Hey,
I got a passport.
Good time, brother.
George, you got a passport, George?
I got to renew it, but yeah, I got it.
We'll go do the Rockies, man. We'll go do all of that amazing stuff.
That's a pretty good idea.
That's not a bad idea.
Bad
idea.
I'll put you up, man. I'll get the cop beds from work. Give you some DOS
You
bags.
know what?
Dude, you know what you should do? You should come down. You should come down to Bikes, Brews, and Barbecue.
When's that?
Okay.
September.
When is that?
For him though. Woo.
September 23rd, I think.
Oh, mate. I'll tell you what. Let's make a deal right now. If that border's open, I'm allowed to fly. I'll fly down.
Oh, really?
I'll fly down. You'll have to put me up. One is you'll have to put me up, clearly.
Oh, no problem.
Thanks, man.
That's not a problem.
And I'll drive the taxi for Austin.
Oh, no.
You and Austin can Uber around and just follow us on the bikes in the Uber.
To be fair, man, me and Austin will probably be like drunk. We'll have to Uber everywhere.
Well, I'll put the little pad on the sporty. We can ride that around. We're good.
Sam, I'll go bitch, mate. I don't care.
All right, good.
Does the sporty work?
Yeah, it works.
I want you to know the title of that video will be "How to Ride Nuts to Butts." I'm telling you right now.
I'll even wear me
Canadian
ass
style.
chaps.
That'll be the title.
You got a deal, brother.
I'll bring the grease gun.
Oh my!
Yeah, no, boys, that's if it's nothing going on next year, no COVID, I can fly. Bet your ass. If I can afford to come down, you bet your ass I'll be there.
All right, we'll stay in touch on that. See how it goes when we get closer.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
That would be a blast.
Be wild.
I already got a hangover thinking about it.
I'm already naked. I'm already naked from the waist down thinking about it.
Oh Jesus!
Wow.
Oh, shoot.
It's no wonder Anonymous hasn't been.
Hang on, I'm not in the Navy.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
in true fitting Scouse military biker fashion, this is our longest live stream yet, I believe. It's only fitting.
I'm sorry, boys.
No, it's been a blast, man. We've had a great time. We're so thankful that you accepted our invite to come on and hang out with us.
Hey, thanks for inviting
I
me.
know we didn't discuss anything overly riveting, but it was a blast. It was a fun hangout.
Yeah,
good time. It's just like your live streams always are. And if you have one soon, I'd love to get on there and hang out with you a little bit more. Next time you have a live stream.
Absolutely.
George, Austin, you guys got any closing arguments?
No, I think having Scouse on was long overdue. I mean, I think I've probably been on 6 or 7 or more than that of Scouse's live streams, and when we were really a small channel, he used to do this thing called channels that you might not know, and
Yeah.
we were we were on that live stream as well. So it's awesome to have you on ours, and it's great to see you're still plugging along, doing something with a completely different spin almost than you've had. And
Thanks, man.
I think this channel will be good. It's definitely more you now that we know you a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's something you're definitely gonna be passionate about. So
I hear that quite a lot, mate. It's more you. I hear that a lot more than and it fits, And listen, boys, I want to say thank you very much. Mm-hmm. Like I said, you got, and I'm not. Anonymous can bite me. He's talking out of his hoop as always. He is, and I'm not just saying this, but you really are. You're one of my favorite channels to watch on YouTube, along with Anonymous Biker USA. But yeah, boys, it's been a pleasure. Thanks, lads. It's like you say, this is just the 4 of us talking, drinking, shit. Has been brilliant. It really has. It's been really cool. And I appreciate you inviting me on, and putting the old American flag up in the background, because I love the States. I really, really love it. I love going down to the States, man. It's like a magical fairyland where the fairies live. And every time I go over there, it's like, ooh, I'm in Narnia. You can get beer cheaper and everything. So it's great. It's great.
That's awesome.
Oh, so we have to keep a leash on him so he doesn't go off into the woods when he comes down, huh?
Oh yeah, definitely. If there's no toilets, man, I'll be going in the woods.
Steve, brother, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming on with us, and thank you again for your service. Appreciate everything you've done
and you, mate.
Everybody around the world. So,
hey, if in the future, you're on the side chat on one of our live streams and you want to hop on and get involved with us when we're BSing with somebody else, you're more than welcome. Just let me know. I'll probably shoot you through our email or whatever, through my phone number. And if you want to just text me, if you want to get on, just let me know. I'll send you the side chat. We love your personality. We love your sense of humor. It's just a blast hanging out with you and just shooting the shit. So we definitely appreciate it.
Yep.
And good luck getting through the Canadian winter up there and figuring out your videos for the winter and staying active so you can keep your channel going, man. I think it's awesome that you changed the name and it's really taken off for you. So I'm happy for you on that. And we're just excited to be associated with you and friends with you. And it's been a good time, man. And
likewise.
Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, boys, I appreciate it. Honestly, I really do. Boys, it's been an absolute blast. I've had a great time. Thanks everybody in the side chat as well. It's been, saying great show, blah, blah. Appreciate every single one of you. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, everybody that came on tonight. I know a lot of you popped off already because we ran for 2.5 hours, so I didn't expect everybody to stay on there. Those of you that are still on, thank you so much for hanging out. Those of you that were on earlier, thank you for coming on and contributing to the show. And we'll catch you guys in January on the next episode, man. Thank you, and stay thirsty.
Merry Christmas to you all. Hope you have an amazing Christmas.